what's going on, guys? We are back. We're gonna get some work done today. We got a bunch of stuff we're working on as we're gonna start finally picking up pace again, pushing into our final quarter here of getting this new 2.0 version done for the game. Now, if you guys haven't caught up with me yet on YouTube, I have started to do YouTube tutorials. These YouTube tutorials are easily available. You can check them out at youtube.com/Elemental Legion. And that's what I got going on right here. We got the Master Materials overlay kind of thing that I started working on. There's an Unreal Engine Pipelines episode, and then there's one about Unreal Engine Introduction and Game Theory. All three of them pretty good. They're just good starters just to kind of get familiar with everything. The next few episodes are going to actually get into details on how to do some really cool tricks and tips. So good little series that I'm working on there. So make sure you guys are catching up on those if you have any more questions on Unreal in general. Okay. So let's get things started here. Today what we're going to be working on is we are going to make a system that allows us to switch our characters, and we'll be able to actually see those characters. They'll have a profile icon, and we'll actually be able to basically level them up, switch them out, make another character, add it to the collection, and stuff like that. There will be a limit to how many characters we can create. The whole shebang. We're going to do the whole thing today and get that started because I've been meaning to do it and I just haven't gotten around to it. So let's get to our map section first. We're going to go to the home world because that's where all this action is going to take place. And let's see what we got. I still have to make a temporary asset of where you're going to actually swap out your character. So we'll get to that as well. Let me just wait for everything to kind of load up here and get all this stuff going. All the shaders built. So right now this is the starter home world. I need to severely fix a few things here. So we're probably going to have to adjust a few things in here right now. Let's go, dude. Yeah, we got some work to do today, my man. We got some work to do today, that is for sure. Okay, so first things first, I don't really care about anything in the world right now. All I care about is making sure that this stuff looks presentable. So let's fix a few things here while we have it. We'll just shrink that down, and we're going to start flushing out some structures. So this whole thing right here, this massive big white panel that we have here, I'm probably just going to do like a generic texture on that. Let me see what I've got here. What's new with you guys? Anything new, exciting, interesting, hopefully? Let's... Well, throwing down a redemption of the biddies. Okay, let me grab it for you. Hold on one second. This is actually a pretty good one. Let's see if I can find it here. Yeah. It's an actual spell thing here, if I can find it. No one's done that one in a while. Here it is. Is it gonna play for me? There it goes. There it goes. Yep. It just randomly popped up. It's like, oh, what's this? That's hilarious. I used to have them all set up to be like automatic, and then my software that I was using, they had like an issue, so I have to do it manually now. But I've been meaning to fix that for like half a year. I just haven't gotten around to it. So it is what it is. That's pretty freaking hilarious. Yeah, that's like some random little emoji pop song that I made a while back just to be goofy. Okay. So when I hit play here, let's make sure that our game mode actually does what it's supposed to do for the home world. So the home world is going to say, we're going to go blueprints. We're going to go to our home world. That's going to be our home world game mode. I think that's under maps right now. I'm Ron Burgundy. Let's see. Home world. Okay, so it is under our blueprints. Good. Can't remember what I've moved and what I haven't moved. What's new with you, man? What's shaking? Main player state. Well, we're gonna need that opened anyway, so I'm gonna make sure that that's opened. We're gonna go to main game, homeworld. There it is. Okay. time it works. Yes. Exactly. Okay. So we're gonna go with this right here. Now what we're gonna set this up for is we're gonna say at the begin play, right here, what's the main thing we care about? We're gonna have to find our spawn, okay? Homeworld equals true. We want to turn this on. If true, then we go over here and we say we want to basically use this. If not, we're going to use the beacon. So this is going to be true. So that should be fine. Okay, so we're using this. That's our spawn pad to use. Spawn actor homeworld core. That spawns off. That's fine. Blah, blah, blah. Load starting players. Let's just double check this real fast. Players joined. New homeworld super function. Spawn BPCs. Okay. Spawns those. That looks fine. Then we're going to add the new player. Possess. Boot up BPC. Okay, I think we're okay here. Let me just double check it. I'll hit play here and see what happens. That's the best way to find out, right? Alright. So we're good. We spawned on top of our pad. We're all set. We're ready to rock. Now, the facility that we're going to make, we'll probably just whip something up real quick. Let me put a piece of armor back on. There we go. Okay, so I need to figure out how this area is actually going to work. I haven't really had time to like build it up too much. I'm tempted to let players like add decorations and stuff, but I don't really know how I want to do that yet. So I'm kind of like in limbo. That's kind of like a 3.0 thing, you know what I mean? So right now I have the star chart, which is where you select your map. And then I have the transfer system where you can like move vehicles in and out of transport. But the next one that we're going to have to add is another machine that lets us swap out our clone procedure. Now this asset over here, I already have set up to be like where you can respawn from, the cryopod. So I don't really want it to be a cryopod. So I'm trying to think of an asset that I can like recycle that I've already used before or that I already have made. It could be this one. Let me take a look at that one real quick. Maybe we'll use this one. All right, let's go to this real fast. Let's see what we got here. Go to model mode. Make this large again. That's as big as it's supposed to be. Take that in. Okay. Getting this stutter lag, and I don't know why. Okay, so this would be the panel where you go to choose your character. You know what I could do is I could put like a human. We could put the character inside the actual tube. That would kind of look cool, right? So like you could see like your character, like maybe inside the tube. I don't know. Or just maybe I'll put like a general kind of looking character in there, or like some type of like, or maybe just some fizz. I don't know if it needs a character. You could say it's kind of tough because it's like it's not like you're actually like cloning a character. So I'm trying to think of like how this works with the actual theme of the show, the brand and everything. I think we'll just make it like Let's see what kind of other assets I may be able to use this for. Buildings, facilities, component factory. That one's kind of old. Delivery, artillery, dispatch center. Use something like this. Make it like a building, maybe. And I'm having a hard time thinking of like what I want this to be. I should just make it something for now, just to start working on the code part. Let's see, factories. Oh, maybe I could use like my old land factory. Yeah. Mech factory. No. Greenhouse, harvesting, logistics center. What's this one? Oh yeah, this thing's freaking massive. Neural processor, mod factory, particle lab. Maybe I could use the particle lab. You know, the ammo depot might actually work. Not too bad, actually. Let me look for the other one here. Maybe we'll use that. Oh shit, then I have this one too. Like so many things that I have. Research terminal. One. Okay, let's start with this. Let's go with, sorry, I'm like trying to like screw around and see like what I want to use here. Let's go to colony facilities. Let's make a new folder. We're going to call this Commander Station. Okay, this is going to be a new actor. We're going to call this BP underscore Commander Station. Okay, let's open this up. And we're going to say this is going to be a parent, I think. Let's check these other ones real quick. Speaking of parent of anything, no, it's its own entity. Okay, what about these ones? Loadouts. No. Okay, so these are all uniques. Okay, sweet. All right, so the comm station is going to be something. I don't know what it's gonna be, but we gotta figure it out. What's up, Buster? What's going on, man? What's shaking, dude? You know what I could do for now? I could use something like this. Okay, I go to this commander station, bring this in. We're just gonna have to like build something, I think. Let's go to deco, bring this in. Let's fix this mesh real fast. Modeling. Keep like skipping all over the place. I don't know why. Driving me nuts. Edit pivot. We're gonna go center, bottom, accept. Some dude called Elemental Legions making Unreal Engine tutorials. I figured I would start the series. I mean, I have been bugged numerous times by people. I shouldn't say bugged, because bugged isn't the right word. Pushed by numerous people to do it. Urged. So I guess I've been convinced. It's like, you know what? We need to work on YouTube anyways, so let's do it. So that's what we're doing. That's what we doing. What's new with you, man? Alright, I'm just going to use this cube as a default mesh for now. This is just some random deco mesh that I've got from somewhere else. So we're just going to use this for now. We're just going to say, make it like plastic red for now, just so I know that that is our test cube. Okay. So this represents our interactor for switching our main character, so we can make a different character. So we're gonna have to build some UI here, clearly. Let's go to Commander Station, and we're gonna say we need a new UI, a new user interface. Widget blueprint, please. There we go. We're gonna call this UI underscore Commander Station. Open that bad boy up. You don't even have to joke about that. Trust me, people will shit all over it without your help. I already got like a thumbs down on one of them. I'm like, okay, whatever. Yeah. The thing about, you know what it's like, man. Like, Unreal Engine tutorials are like literally, yeah. Yeah, like people are gonna shit all over it regardless. I don't care. It is what it is. I'm there to give sound advice to people if they want the advice, and if they don't want it, then I don't care. You know what I mean? It's like, whatever. But one person did mention, whoever it was, they did mention how, like, it was nice to see those details, because a lot of people don't even talk about the stuff that I've mentioned already. You know, I'm not there for clickbait. I'm there for, like, genuine, like, people want to learn. Because, like, I made so many mistakes when I started. I was like, oh my god, you know? Like, I wish I would have known this before I started. And really, it starts with organization. Nobody wants to hear that, right? They're like, I just want to jump into the engine and go, baby. It's like, okay, well... It's not where you need to start. Trust me. You need to start with order. Otherwise, you'll have chaos. So this is going to be main menu overlay. And then within that, we're going to have another overlay. And then we're going to have an image. I'm going to call this main BG. O underscore main window. I just want to release my game. Let's go. Exactly. Yeah. I have this great idea for a game. it's gonna make, you know, millions of dollars. Let's go. I just want to learn how to do this quickly. Like, there is no such thing as quick. I had to learn that the hard way. Like, you can't. Yeah. There's really not much you can do. You have to just go through the process. It really, you know, it's the same thing as working out. Like, when people work out, they're like, I just want to lose weight right away. Like, just tell me what I need to do. I just want to lose the weight. Like, okay, well, you need to work out at least 3 to 4 times a day minimum, and your training exercises need to be somewhere from like 2 hours to 4 hours. Like, if you want to get like absolutely jacked and get in great shape. And they're like, oh, fuck that. It's like, all right, well, that's the regiment. So, and I didn't even get to the diet part, but that's the truth, you know. Exactly. Yep. And that's where, exactly, you're absolutely correct. That's where people fail to realize what experience even is or means. You know, like, why should I pay you all this money for this? Well, because that's how much it costs. Well, fuck that. I don't want to pay it. Okay, do it on your own. I don't care. You know, and you'll find out the hard way. After 20 years of doing it on your own, you'll find out, oh shit, you know, that's how you really do it. So yeah, it's definitely a tricky scenario, sir. Definitely a tricky scenario. And that's why people make good money with what they do. You know, they're like, oh man, they pay these devs like, you know, $200,000 a year, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, it's because no one has the time to learn what they already have. What they already know. You know, you can do stuff in your sleep, and as some of these devs can do, and if you don't like it, do it on your own, you know? That's pretty much how that works. I even said that. I don't know if you guys have seen the new movement that's going around called, like, Don't Kill Games, I think is what it's called. Have you guys seen that? It's like a new thing that's going around. Like, Asmon was talking about it. Pirate Software was talking about it. A few other people were talking about it. And so I finally started reading some of the stuff that they're talking about. And I really don't understand. And I'm a gamer. I mean, I've been a gamer way longer than I've been a game dev. And I do not understand what it is they want. It doesn't make any sense. So, like, they're mad. I think generally what's happening is they're mad that games suck, which I agree. Games can suck a lot. If you don't like it, don't buy it. It's a free market. And then secondly, if you do like something, support it instead of pirate it. like buy the cosmetics, buy this, buy that, pay for the monthlies. Like, stop bitching about the price, because I feel like some people will like complain about a price. Like, I'm not going to pay that. I'm not paying $10 a month. I'm not going to pay $15 a month. I'm not going to do this. And then at the same token, they're like mad that they bought a $20 game and they played it for like 6,000 hours, and now they're mad that the game is ending. And it's like, well, like, come on, man. Like, you gotta have some form of like balance in there, I would think, right? Like, you can't just have like, you can't just buy a game and then be mad that it's discontinued because the company can't fucking survive anymore with a huge leak in their budget. You know what I mean? Like, there has to be some middle ground there. And I tried to listen to a lot of different perspectives. And again, I'm in the middle. I'm a gamer and I'm a game dev. And I was like, I don't understand what they're complaining about. So, like, they want, like, there's all these things. It's weird because, like, Pirate Software got a lot of shit for this. Like, a lot of people shit all over him because he was like basically defending the devs and like defending the companies, which, to be blunt, I kind of am too a little bit. Like, I'm kind of in the middle, but like, they're like, no, you didn't read it right. That's not what we're asking, blah, blah, blah. Like, we don't want, it's not like you have to give us our code yet. I did see other articles were talking about like companies having to like basically give their code or give the rights to the game so that people could continue the game without them. So a prime example of this, in my opinion, would be something like Battlefront 2, right? So Battlefront 2 was a great game. It did a great job. Millions of people have the game. The company doesn't give a shit anymore. It's kind of discontinued, right? So they, I think, want something where like they would just give that game over, like the license over. I don't know. It's very vague. But it would like give the license over to the community essentially, so they could just like carry the game on, so they can keep playing the game and keep making the game good or whatever. And I'm sorry, but that's never going to work. Like, I don't care how they word it. It's never going to work, ever, because you're talking about like legalities. you're not talking about a game. You're talking about an actual asset that someone created and busted their ass to make. They put time, energy, thought into it. They had to fund it. Their investors funded it. You know, that ship has sailed. Like, if you really like a game, and I said this on YouTube and I got some flack for it, but I was like, if you really like a game and it's discontinued and you're like really pissed about it, make your own game. Make your own game. Like, what's stopping you from doing that? I don't understand it. Oh, that's too much work. Well, then stop bitching. I'm sorry, but that's a free market that we live in. You can't just expect someone to hand something over. And like the example I was making was like, if you had a cookie store and you sold cookies, right? And then you stopped selling cookies, does that mean that everyone who's now addicted to your cookies gets your recipe so they can just continue making the cookies? No. Like, that's not the world we live in. That's not what capitalism is. Like, that's not how you appropriately do things. If you like a game a lot and it's discontinued, I know that sucks. I've dealt with it. Grow up. Be an adult. Make your own studio. Make your own company. Learn how to code and do it yourself. That's what the guys at Path of Exiles did. They didn't like the way Diablo was. They were inspired by it, but they didn't like how the game was pursuing. So they made their own. And it actually did very well. So that's my point. Like, if you don't like something, do it yourself. Stop bitching. But, you know, I tried very hard to like understand where they're coming from. And I'm like, no. Like, I'm not like mad at people for wanting to do that, but I'm just a realist. And I'm like, it's not going to work. You're never going to get a company to just hand over the keys to something because they don't want it anymore. And if they really thought that it was that valuable and worth that much money to them, then they would continue pursuing it. But clearly they have either no care, or it's more expensive than the consumers thought it was to begin with, so it's not worth it to them. So yeah, it's a really weird movement. I don't understand like what they're doing because there's no realism involved. There's no sense of realism, and that's where they're lacking. Like, I give them credit for trying. Like, I agree, games are terrible nowadays, and it's all about money. Like, that's a different conversation, right? And I think that's part of the problem is like they're mixing two conversations in one. And they're basically like mad that things suck. I agree. They're mad that games are dying. I agree. And then they're like, give us the keys or give us the ability to continue the game on our own. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. So, and then like you get shit on for saying that. And it's like, well, that's not mature either. Like, it's a realist point of view. Like, you can't expect someone to just hand over stuff or give you permissions or give you the rights to do stuff. I mean, there's a lot of money involved with these deals. So yeah, there's a lot of entitlement. I agree. And it's like, you know, like I said before, if you don't like something, just do it on your own, dude. Like, it's a free market. Like, no one's stopping you from right now downloading Unreal Engine and learning how to do it on your own. Like, what's stopping you? Oh, bro, that's too much work. I never did it, and I've learned how to do it. So what's the excuse? Time? Is it time? How much time do you waste playing games that you don't want to play because they suck? Like what is it? What's the excuse? And they'll never have one. They'll never have one. It's usually like they don't have the time, or they think they're not smart enough, or it's too over their head. It's all bullshit. You can learn anything you want in life if you just stick to it and put all the bullshit ego aside. You'll actually figure out how to do it on your own. But they're all too lazy, or they're all too whiny, or they just want to go back and play a game because it's easier, right? So it's always easier for someone to just play a game for $20, play it for 700 hours, and then be pissed and want a refund or want to like do it themselves. Like, for those types of people, like they've got to get a reality check. There's absolutely no way that's ever going to happen. And I'm not arguing people who are mad about games sucking, because like I do agree with them on that. Like, games have been real shitty lately, but you know what? Don't buy them. There's a concept. If you don't like something because it's woke or it's shitty or it's not your kind of brand, maybe it's from a company that burned you in the past. Wink, wink. We've had that happen before. I've had that happen before. You know what I do? I don't buy their future games. I don't buy that shit. Like, that's literally how you play that game. It's called blacklist them, or just ignore them, or don't buy into their next product. But they buy it anyways, because you know they will, and the devs know they will too, because the companies all have that metadata, and they know what the personality traits are like. So they're never going to stop buying that stuff, ever. Because they're all hooked. They're all hooked like cocaine addicts. So they get a bunch of people to sign a signature saying that we want the government to step in to try to make it so that if the game is discontinued, we get the rights to use it. Like, and I could understand their argument in one sense where they're like, well, what's the harm? Like, what is the harm? Well, the harm is you're going to eventually start probably making money off of that again. And then you got to, okay, if they want to do that, fine. Then if that company agrees to it and those people make money, then the company still has to make money again. Because the whole reason why it went tits up to begin with is probably because it never made any money because none of you supported it. So if a community actually wants to help a game studio, they need to realize that if they do try to take it over and they do try to, you know, push a game further down the road and keep kicking that can, then they should have to deal with the budget portion of it. And there should be a huge percentage that goes back to the original creator or the original dev. Because otherwise, like, no one's going to do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there has to be some give and take. Like, everything costs money in this world. Like, time is money, experience is money. And like, you have to understand that, like, if you're not paying someone, something is going to go down the shitter. You know what I mean? But I signed a petition to get their house. Exactly. Yeah. Like, it literally makes no sense. I don't understand it. And so, like, the one comment, so like, I was like, well, that's never going to happen because you're never going to get the keys to the castle. Like, no one's ever going to give you the license to anything, to use anything. And they're like, didn't you even read? We didn't say that we would get the code. Like, that's what someone said to me. I'm like, yeah, I did read it. That's why I said what I said. It's not going to happen. Like, none of it is going to happen. Like, you can't get the rights. You can't get the usage. You can't get the code. You're not going to get any of that. None of it. Lock and key. Like, do you really think that EA is going to, like, give some random kids that just wanted to, like, what? What planet are they on, man? Like, what are they smoking? Like, there's no possible way that's going to happen. And depending on the game, I mean, some small indie games, maybe, right? Maybe that would happen. Yeah, off topic, go for it. What's up, man? But you know, I'm the enemy, of course. I said like one thing like that, and they're like, cry. You know, it is what it is. I'm like, all right, well, that's the reality of it. You know what? You guys do whatever you want to do. I don't care. It's not gonna make me sleep less at night. Okay. So let's get this thing set up here. So we're gonna set this up to say Commander Station. And this is gonna be inside a vert box. Let's do a vert box. And that's just me talking as like normal economics, like basic shit. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't even have to do with gaming. There's just absolutely no fucking way that's ever gonna happen. No fucking way. Not unless there's like massive give and take or like a synergistic relationship. Would you ever recommend using a starter pack from a UE library worth getting into the systems and building off of? Of course. Yeah, if they're going to give it to you, if it's an Epic Games starter kit, you can use that however you want. You can actually take an Epic Games starter kit and flip it right around as long as there's like moderate changes to it, and you can sell it on the Steam store. That is perfectly normal. They don't care at all. So I'm not a lawyer, but I will say that I've read a lot of their terms, and they don't seem to give a shit about that at all. In fact, that one game, what was it called? It begins with a P. It's like Paramount or Paradigm or something, or I forget what it's called. Anyways, it begins with a P, and that was the same thing. Epic Games was just like, fuck it. And they actually let people take the game and just run with it. And someone took all the assets, made a new game, and like basically sold it on Steam, which is kind of shady, but whatever. Mm-hmm. Right, it's about protecting your freedoms and your property. I agree. Yeah. Yep. Right, and well, and that's kind of how I thought too. That's how I thought, Cluster, because I was like, if they get a bunch of signatures to have the government force companies to give projects away that they don't want or can't afford to run anymore, like that's a serious violation. So they're just going to piss off more people, including indie devs. You know how many indie devs bust their ass to have a game take off and it never takes off? So someone just finds the IP and just forces it to get released? I mean, essentially that's what would have to happen, right? Because they're like arguing, no, they don't have to give us the code. Well, how else are you gonna fucking keep the game going, dumbass? You know what I mean? Like you need the code. Like the dev, it's gonna be what? So the dev has to work for free now? The dev has to just work for free and just help you guys keep the game going? Like it didn't make any sense. It just sounded like kids like screaming and kicking, and they gave Pirate Software so much shit for it. And I was neutral, and then the more I started reading into both sides, I was like, it's never going to work, so it's kind of useless arguing to begin with. But B, I was like, this is not going to fly well, and no way. It's a third-person MOBA game. Yeah, I kind of did the same thing. Yeah, no one cares. You can do that. I'd recommend if you do try to like start from a prototype that they start with. And you're just trying to like learn and stuff, that's obviously fine. But if you're like legitimately going to try to sell a product that comes from an Epic Games starter kit, you'll probably get shit on hard by the community. Just going to give you a big heads up on that. And the reason why is people see it as kind of like lazy and shady. So expect like a lot of negative reviews because players can kind of see through the bullshit. So yeah. Oh, yeah. If it's just for personal, absolutely. I highly recommend it. Yeah. You just go to their Epic Games store, whatever. Like, I'll show you guys one that I reverse engineered when I was working on my RTS. I didn't use their stuff, but I just looked at what they had so I could learn. Was this one right here, Crop Out Sample Project? And you can learn a lot from how they just like organize stuff and how they get like their, assets to correlate to like interactors and all that stuff. So yeah, I highly recommend it. Yeah, you'd be a fool not to. So I totally agree. That's one of the best ways to learn. But you're not going to understand their language too well because sometimes they're like really high level with how they code stuff. But you can get some good ideas. So yeah, I highly suggest trying that for sure. But yeah, I'm 100% in the same boat as you, Cluster. Like I started reading that and I was like, oh hell no. Oh hell no. But my opinion doesn't matter anyways. I'm just like small fries. But I just thought you guys would find that interesting. Okay, so we have one thing in here. That's our main title. Now we have to have a horizontal box. I gotta design this whole thing and I have no idea how I'm gonna do it. This is scary. Alright, so the horizontal box, let's see, how do we want to see our characters? Probably need a slider with numbers. So we'll need one horizontal box there. I'll need another horizontal box down here. I'll wrap this in an overlay. We'll call this O_commander list. We'll call this box commander list. That's going to be a variable. This goes in here. This goes in here. That's fine. You just push this down here like that. Okay, let's do an image. Commander list window. That. Okay. But yeah, you can use all that stuff to learn from, and that's usually a good way to do it. Nothing wrong with learning. Let's do gray. Adding 15. Okay, and then inside this, we're going to have a size box. Full scale. $25. Yeah, that should work fine. Okay, let's get this now ready so we can just like pull this up and just see what it looks like in the game. So this is going to need an interactor. So we're going to go to our class settings and we're going to add an interface. Interact F. Okay, at begin play, we need to communicate to the server. Our game mode. Yeah, the lack of realism in people's heads is kind of scary lately. Like, people don't think things through realistically. They think it sounds like a good idea and they just kind of like jump on, and then it's just like out of control. Okay, so we got main game mode. There's our game mode. That's our server. Well, actually, sorry, that's not game mode. It is the homeworld. This is only available in the homeworld game mode. There we go. All right. So now we have access to that, should we need it. Gotta set up an interaction. On interacting, come on, open. There we go. On interacting, we're gonna cast to commander. As long as this is successful, we will get master controller. We're going to do a menu switcher function. We're going to open up our own little menu here, which I have to add. Yeah, I think I'll have to add that right now. So this is going to be under, what's it called? EUI menu list. Okay. Right, they think they can have stuff just by demanding it. I know, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. Like, I tried my ass off to like really like try to understand their perspective, and it just didn't make any sense at the end of the day. It made zero sense. And for people to like peddle that, you know what I mean? Like, to keep like trying to push that is just like kind of weird. There's just no sense of realism. What's up, CJ? Only about 1 billion more pieces left. That's hilarious. Sounds like every project ever. Okay, this needs to go inside of here. Let's move. No, I don't want to. Did not want to copy that. Hang on. Want to move this into here. Okay, it's not going to let me. That's kind of fucked up. Commander Station, UI Commander Station. Why are you not going in there? UI Commander Station. Why are there two in here? What is going on right now? Okay, that was really weird. It's like I had a shadow kind of ghost file there for a minute. Make sure everything's updated. It's very odd. All right. I need to get the player controller now, and we need to make that menu. So it's going to be E, UI menu list. So how's everything going with you there, CJ? What's new with you, man? UI menu list. There it is. Open that up. Blueprints. Master controller. Yeah. That state of logic in this world is a level of stupidity. I completely agree. Yeah, I don't think there is any more logic. That's the problem. People have just given up on logic. The best way to use logic for like a debate like that is to just turn the tables around. Imagine that you worked on a project for like 10 years. It's your baby. It's everything you've ever done. You know, if you're a car guy and you like making cars, imagine you built your own car. If you're a musician, imagine you made your own symphony, whatever. So like try to put yourself in the shoes of a dev, right? And imagine that a bunch of people who bought your product got enjoyment out of it for more than enough time, are mad that you don't want to continue making it. And now they want access to your files, or they at least want your rights so that they can just keep making your product. Like, what? Like, why didn't you support it when it was in trouble then? You know what I mean? Like, what's the difference then? And I guess that's the biggest question I have about that movement is it's like, if you really stand behind a product, why aren't you talking to those companies and saying, hey, let's work together? Like, why? If you really like a product, give them money. Show them that you care. I mean, I get it. Like, some games are just not worth the fight. Some companies are not worth the fight either. But it's just really bizarre. Like, I don't understand why they think they can just, like, get access to something. Or why they should get access to something. Yeah, exactly. It's so true. It's disgusting, honestly. It's disgusting to see that people actually think that could be successful. I mean, and I can't possibly think of a situation where a dev would be like, yeah, sure, here, take all my work, and I'll work for free from now on. I'll do updates. I'll coach everyone on how to learn how to make my game and, you know, do it without me, and then you guys can all take credit and you guys can all make money from it. I think that's a good idea. Like, what? Even though you all shit on me when I was trying to make money when I had the game originally and no one supported me and I had to deal with all the marketing and everything to begin with? Like, come on. Come on, guys. Like, let's be realistic for a minute. If it's a AAA studio, they're never going to give you anything, period. End of story. So really the argument would be with, like, with small bean studios, you know what I mean? All right, let's just get this done. So we got, this is going to be our commander station. Yeah, I truly do not understand the movement at all. I don't understand the let's see, they've gotten 500,000 signatures. That's nothing. That's absolutely nothing. They're like, oh, this is doing great. We're doing so good. Here's another sad dose of realism. There are 3.5 million active users on Steam every day. 3.5 million. So they got 0.5 million. Okay. I guarantee they probably have a lot of friends. There might be a few bots in there. There might be a few alt accounts, right? So, like, if you can get that many signatures to prove that you're pissed about something, that's all fun and dandy, but are those valid signatures? Are those all, like, backed by a license? Do they all have an actual driver's ID? Are they all legal to vote to begin with? Are they not your brother, sister, mother, father, grandpa? You know what I mean? Like, who are those people? And then sadly, it doesn't even matter if you have signatures. Nobody cares. Like, signatures don't do anything. It proves that you have a lot of backing behind something, but it, like, who cares? It doesn't mean that you win. You know, like, it doesn't mean that you just win. Oh, they got a bunch of people that said, yes, they think this is a good idea. Well, gosh darn. I guess we lost our company. I guess we should do what they say. You know what I mean? Like, no, that is not how it works. So, yeah, just fucking silly. Just silly nonsense. And I'm sure, like, I would just get shit on for all those comments, and I don't really care. Because I'm a realist, and I'll always stand behind my realism, and it's never steered me wrong in the past, so. Here we go. Let's do this. We're going to call this menu. Do I want a menu here on the menu list? Let's see. Hotkeys, build, dev, help, dev. You know what? Actually, I don't want to do that. Not do that. Let's put this under a different category. We'll put this under enums. Event types, MPOI list. Need to like open one of these up and see what I did. I hate that. Like sometimes I'll go so deep into other systems I'll forget like how I did my whatever. Okay, so I did EP master facility is what I did. Okay. So we'll make this a parent or a child of master facility. Yes, reparent. There we go. Gonna break a bunch of shit, but we don't care. Then we can just do this. All parent function. Done. Don't have to rewrite the entire story here. I also don't have to worry about that anymore. Or that. We can just call all of our parent functions straight up. There we go. Get 360 million signatures. I myself go to the end of the legal procedure to fight it because what's next? Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Like that's what I'm saying. Like signatures. I mean, to be honest, like I've rarely seen signatures actually hold water in anything. Like it might get the attention of like a congressperson. Like could be like, all right, I guess I need to act interested so I can maintain my voters. But like they don't give a shit. You know what I mean? They certainly don't give a shit about gaming. Like, I think the last thing on anyone's mind is to care about gaming, in terms of like the real world. I mean, they are always trying to shit all over us. All right, so this is the master facility. That should be fine. UI name. Yeah. Okay. Let's close this. Let's close this. Right there. We're going to call this Commander Station. Where the hell is that damn UI list? Take a look at this real quick. Hang on. Interactive menu. DTUI list. There it is. Okay. That needs to get moved to main blueprints. That needs to get moved to structures. And now we need to refresh this and update that. Okay. Yeah, and the other thing too is I was thinking about this the other day. There is absolutely no possible way that I would ever be able to explain to an average person that doesn't do this stuff how hard this stuff is. There's absolutely no possible way. There's none. It's impossible. It's literally the same thing as like someone who like designs like rockets and like advanced engineering trying to explain to like, you know, like a high schooler like how to do all that stuff. They'd be like, huh? You know what I mean? Like, it's just literally impossible. It's just too much. It's too much. And where I come from with like, you know, old school way of thinking with a lot of this stuff, it's like, if you don't understand how it's made, you don't have a good grip on it, then why are you trying to act like you want to take it over? Like, you got to understand how to build a car before you can demand that you get a car. You know what I mean? Like, to take over like a car company or something, as an example. So yeah, that entire like thing that they're doing, I'm like, that ain't gonna fly. I mean, if you want to waste your time doing it, go for it, but there's no way that's gonna be successful at all. And if it is, it would be for like very small indie games that are kind of getting bullied into doing it, probably, or projects that are like free anyways that don't really care, you know, like dollar games and stuff like that. But I think that what they really want is they just want everything to be free. So, master facility, UI name. Let's set up that data table now. That's going to be under here. And I'm not even like I'm unbiased. Like, I don't really, I'm a gamer, I'm a dev. I don't really get into like the whole streamer bullshit drama about like what different streamers say. I don't really care. It's their stream. They can say whatever they want, you know? But they were like shitting all over that guy. And I was like, it's really kind of immature to shit all over him for giving you guys a realistic point of view. Like, oh, of course he would take the corporation side. I'm like, well, is it about, are we debating corporations versus what? Like, what are we debating? Like, I don't even know what they're mad about. You know what I mean? Like, there's just no, like, why are you mad, dude? Are you mad because you bought a $30 game and you can't play it anymore? Like, grow up. For real, dude. For real. Like, know your prerogatives. Like, holy shit, man. What is your problem? If you're mad because, like, a game promised you something and they lied straight up, I totally agree. Like, for example, in Dune, when I played Dune, they promised that PvP would be optional. They said that it would be optional. It is not optional. It's forced. So that pissed a lot of people off. So then they pushed the PvP zone way back and they gave a bunch of PvEers more land, but they still don't really have the best resources, like not like you're supposed to. And the PvPers were crying bloody murder. Fuck this game. No one's going to play this game anymore. You fucked us over. And it's like, well, I'm sorry, but PvPers generally do the same 3 things. They get it in the game like hot fucking cakes. Like, we're super into it, right? Then there's lots of cheaters. That's phase 2, which is what we've just hit now in Dune. And then there's phase 3, which is the burnout. And they're gone, and then they leave, and they never come back. They might come back like 6 years later. But the point is, they come in, they trash it. It's like an amusement park. PvEers come into a game, and they do like more of like a slow burn. Like, they slowly build up. They get more invested. They have their house, they have their this, they have their assets, blah, 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 right? So they start to like become acquainted with it. They start to like it. They start to expand, and then they want more content, which is fine. That's healthy. But PvPers tend to just be so toxic and so like aggressive, and so like they hack like crazy all the time. Like, they're so into cheating because it's always about the cutting edge everything. Like, they have to prove that they're so good. I understand competition. Don't get me wrong. I do enjoy like arena fair, one-on-one, no cheating competition. I like that. That's fun. But like a lot of PvPers, unfortunately, they all cheat, they all hack, or they'll just try to like talk shit all the time. It's super toxic. And it's just like, all right, this is getting old, you know? Commander Station. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, could you imagine that? Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, that would not fly too well. All right, so there's our commander station. So now when I walk up to that facility, it should prompt that window. Let's just double check real quick. Anybody new watching, welcome, welcome. We are currently adding the commander selection system to our game so that we can actually swap things out. Okay, so this is kind of what I was thinking for the menu. I don't know where things are going to go yet. And we got to dial this up a lot, but you're going to have characters. So you're going to see your character profile icon, and you got to be able to like choose what you want. So you would click it and then like click a button probably. So I'm thinking like click, confirm. Maybe we do an up and down list on the left side instead, and then right panel. Let's try that. Maybe make it smaller too. It doesn't have to be so big. I actually take the time into like my UI and stuff. I try to like really think it through and be like, okay, this doesn't make sense. Let's change that, you know, blah, blah, blah. I feel like a lot of studios don't do that. I mean, I get it. I understand the frustration. Trust me. There's a lot of shitty companies out there that they just do not care. They don't care at all. But at the same token, that doesn't give people the right to just take stuff over. It's not how that's going to work. Okay, let's do horizontal box. And then this is what? Okay, so that's our main text. Then we have this. Okay, so let's do something like 500 by like 700, like that. Yeah, exactly. What are you giving me your code? I need to make this game now. You're too slow. I could see that happening, sadly. It ain't gonna happen with Trump in office, that's for sure. Thank God. Alright. Commander Station. This will be our list on the left. And then we'll have another one on the right. So let's take these, copy those, put those over here, like so. Get rid of the size box. This is like, you gotta be careful with these things. It's so like meticulous trying to you know, design these UI systems. Like we're gonna put this inside that, and then we gotta wrap this inside a overlay, and we'll call this O details. Okay, that's good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, if you want to get rich, just follow the Pelosi. Don't they have like their own the Pelosi fund or something? Like all the stocks that she gets, they just like write them all down and. Oh, that's hilarious. It's true. That's the sad thing. It's true. Okay. Vert box details, and then right here, this will be a horizontal box inside this vert box, and we're going to call this button box. Inside that, we'll have button. Okay, this looks a little weird right now, but we're getting there. It's just going to take some time. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I don't care. It doesn't bother me at all. Button underscore. This is going to be select, I guess. And then I need text in there. Yeah, UIs are really annoying. Text, select. And we'll just say, this one will say select. I guess. I don't know. Something like this. I don't know. We're just kind of trying to design something here. Let's make that 15s. Do fixed radius. That's fine. Yep. Looks good. Tone that down. Change the color. Okay, what is wrong with this dumb thing? It's supposed to be fit to fill. All right, now. What the hell's wrong with these? There we go. Okay, so on this side, we'll have a list of which characters we have and like their profiles. And I'm going to have to... It's by 15. Okay, so this needs to be... That one's actually fine, but this is probably going to need to be pushed in as well. Let's not push it in from the top, though. I'm not going to push from the left. There we go. And why is that one? Okay. Good lord. All right, so we got select commander. We can push this. Make that middle. Make that middle. Let's see here. Select commander. So you choose what you want. You click on it. It'll populate the details. The details need to show what? We're gonna need another menu here. Let me pull up. What's that from? That's gonna be from UI. Mastery? Here we go. VPC Mastery. Yeah, this could work. I could bring in this. I just don't want to see... I just want the stats. New followers, welcome. Alright, so what I need to do is probably make sure that these buttons are hidden. Okay, so let me go to... Let me go to the graph real quick. Okay. And we're just going to straight up say button. What are these a part of, though? Are these a part of like a thing, or are they just by themselves? Yeah, button, VPC stat buttons. Okay, so we're going to make that a variable. And then we're just going to say set visibility to collapsed if show buttons. If show buttons, which is instance editable, is set to true. We can just do this, I guess. All right. All right, so if we want to show them, it'll be visible. If not, this will be collapsed. The default will be true. And we got that instance editable. So now what I can do is I can take this entire UI system that shows all of our amazing little details, and we can bring it in here. So we're going to say, bring this in. There we go. See how easy that was? Okay, so now this will populate all of this, and then I can just go to here and say, do we want to show our buttons? No, we do not. Let's also do this real quick. Let's just put this inside the construct so we can see this in real time. Huh. Oh, you know what it is? It's UI is different. It's pre-construct. There we go. File, save. Okay. There we go. Now the buttons are gone. All right, perfect. Now let's make sure this is all centered up. Let's put some padding in there. Looking good. I like it. I like it. Okay, so this will show us our current level, our current mastery. It'll show us what our current XP levels are at. It'll tell us what our current stats are. And that's really all we need to see for our characters when we select them. And then we need to choose different characters. So I could put something under here. But that's probably the best bet. Where is that? That's this one, this one. Yes, sir. Multiplayer. Yep. Yep. Multiplayer FPS action third-person shooter. Yeah. So it should be pretty cool. It's already on Steam, but it's not. The new version that's going to make it multiplayer and everything is coming out soon. So the old version was just like an RTS single player third-person shooter hybrid, and we're going in a total different direction. So yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, Epic makes it a hell of a lot better, that's for sure. Wouldn't try to make this in a different engine. I like my sanity too much. Okay, so let's just make sure that that actually pulls up correctly. Now, this isn't being told to populate yet. In order for that to take place, we need to actually say, okay, once this constructs, we're going to get all this data here, right? We're basically going to cast to main. What is that? Homeworld? Cast to homeworld. I got to get the game mode. So let's start setting all this stuff up. This is for our actual UI itself. Okay. And then we're going to have to get the actual player that's interacting with us. We got to get their data. That's going to come through the chain. So let's just say player controller. And that's going to be our player controller's main controller. And we're going to expose this on spawn. And then when we go back to where our actual thing is, where it gets prompted, which should be, it's in one of these things. Let me find it. We got a lot of subsystems here. Yeah, so interactor, blah, blah, blah. Create widget. So this is the interactor widget right here. Okay, so I'm going to have to pass the data probably through the BP. So what we'll do, actor interacting. Here we go. Get owner, master controller, interactive menu. Good. So this launches from here. Yeah. All right. Perfect. So I can just use. I'm just making sure that was set up correctly. So I don't need to do too much other than to just do this. Get owning player, and that is our pass to master controller. And that is our main player controller right there. So now we're connected to our controller of whoever interacts with this. So it's like personal, basically. Now, once we have that data and we're hooked into the actual player specifically, because there could be like your buddy could be looking at this and he wants to see his data. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't want to see your data. So now it will hook into the player who's interacting. And we need to display the information correctly. So the first thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to tell BPC master to start populating. And I'm probably going to have to like set up a command for that because it's set to do it on construct. So the smartest way to probably do this, honestly, is to create this widget on demand inside the actual widget itself, because then I can set everything right away. So in order to do that, all we have to do is go back to our commander station, and we're going to say create widget. So we got a widget creating another widget, which is fine. This is our owning player. We're going to create master UI BPC mastery. Now, is this grabbing? Let me just see one thing here. That button set visibility. Trying to see where this is getting all the information from. Okay, so it's pulling from the player state of the master controller, right? Okay, so we need to make sure that, yeah, good. All right, that's fair. So it's getting the owning player's master controller, but this is actually going to change because we're going to be looking at different characters, and we got to see different data pieces. So really, big category button styles. Here it is. So we're starting right here to get information from our commander selected, and that's coming from our player state. Got it. What I'm thinking right now is I might have to rewrite some stuff because this stuff was designed for just in the moment. But I might have to make another section that basically elaborates on what we need specifically. Okay. It's not necessarily hard to do multiplayer. It's just very time consuming because you have to think of all these different dimensions. It's hard to say. Like if you made like a quick game that was like Mario or something and you wanted to make it 2-player, not like 50-player, it wouldn't take you that long. It'd be pretty simple. You don't have to worry that much about cheating. Everything's pretty relaxed. If it's 4 players, it could take a little bit longer. If you're dealing with hosting and like joining player parties and stuff like how I have in this game, it can get a little bit more complicated. I don't know. It's hard to say, man. Like even when you think you're good to go, you're not, because there's just so many subsystems you have to think about. And it's like, ugh, which is never ends. Okay, so hold on 1 second. We're gonna get a lot of chop there. All right, let's do. You're doing 4-player, but I don't have anti-cheat. Yeah, so anti-cheat, like the fast. Well, there's. We were talking about this a while back. There's really no way to prevent cheating. End of story. Like that's the short version right there, my man. Okay, we're not going to create that. We're just going to force it to reload. So the fastest way to do this is actually just to say custom event reload data. Okay, we'll just do it like that. So yeah, there's no way to prevent cheating. Like there's always a way to cheat, right? There's always a way to cheat, especially like small time games. Yeah, exactly. Right. I mean, you would think that most people who play your game are probably not there to cheat, but then again, it is what it is. You know, people are crazy, they gotta flex, they need to feel good about themselves, so. Or they get pissed off because your game's too hard, so they're like, fuck this, I'm gonna cheat. I mean, yeah, it's tough to say. Add a kick button and you're all set. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I mean, you could do that. You know, just let people kick other players out if they're cheating or whatever. You could also put a small little police agent in there. Yeah, of course. Yeah, everybody, you know, if they have the option, you don't want it to be too easy to cheat, right? I think most games, their goal is to just make sure that it's not easy to cheat. But there's always a way to cheat. I mean, the more that you try to shove into a server protocol to prevent cheating, it will help, but it will slow down progress of the game. It slows down, you know, sometimes you get latency in the game because you're sending huge packets back and forth all the time. A lot of redundancy with code. It's just like constant, you know, loopholes everywhere. And then there's still ways to cheat, even with that. The safest, most effective way to prevent cheating is to push all of your code through a validation on a server. Okay, and what that means is you would have a full-time running server that is dedicated to validate checks and balances. Hey, this guy just came in with 200 XP and he's saying that he had 5 million XP. Well, that's clearly not wrong that's clearly wrong because he's level 4. So no, denied. Next guy comes in. Hey, this guy is saying he got 100 XP and he was 99% ready to level up. Should he level up? Well, what level was he? Oh, he's level 2. Yeah, that's approved. You're good. Next. Right? So like that's the safest way, is to have a server constantly checking all these protocols. Even that can be spoofed though. And the other thing is, like, a lot of things, it depends on how you rig up your UI system. So people can cheat in games. One of the easiest ways to cheat is to get something like a cheat engine and to open up your game's hex code. And basically you find the line that has, like, let's say speed or health. And it's just a variable, right? So it'd be like some kind of variable somewhere that says like whatever your health is. And they just change it. They change it from like 5 to 5 million or whatever. They change their damage from like 10 to 10,000. And then the game just is like, okay, you're good to go. That's how much damage you should have. You're all set. What this game is going to have in mind is a 3-way system of protection. And I haven't fully rolled it out yet, so it's going to take a lot of trial and error. But the first line of defense is proper coding. Make sure that you're not like letting a player just kind of do whatever the fuck they want. Just make it hard. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be hard for someone to hack. You can do that several different ways, but I'll just be blunt and just say, make sure that your code is not like stupid, you know, make sure it's not like, here's my health bar and it's saved in my instance and the player can do whatever they want. Like put it in the player state. The player state's replicated. That means it's always updating. It's always changing. It's always self-correcting itself. Make sure that when it does update, it's talking to an internal server, whoever the host is. Make sure the host is the guide and says, you know what, you're not allowed to do that. Boom, boom, bang. The next thing you can do is you can start bouncing off of Steam Sync Cloud. And when it sends up the data to the Sync Cloud, it says, hey, this is the new data I have. And then before it overwrites, it says, has this data been tampered with? Because there's ways you can prevent that. And if it has been tampered with, then you say reject. So it never gets saved to the cloud, and then therefore when they reload their save, it comes back from the cloud, not from their personal storage. That's another layer. Another layer would be multiplayer cross-checking. So you basically say player A, make sure that player B isn't cheating by them cross-validating each other. And so they both have to be cheating in sync in order for the cheat to work. But single player, good fucking luck. There's really no way to prevent cheating, my friends, unfortunately. Not 100%. Okay. We're going to update our stats. What did I call that? Reload data. What's new with you there, Ace? How's the game going? Is it still doing good, I hope? Is it trending in the upward direction? Direction? Okay, so we're going to reload the data. Before we do that, we're going to make sure that we set we're going to set our data here first. So I need to build this section right here, but we'll do that in a little bit. For those new watching, what we're working on today is we're building a character swap selection menu so we can select which character we want to play as. So if we make player A and we get them leveled, we want to try and make another character, we can make another one and switch to B and swap in and out. So try to get all those shaders loaded. There we go. Okay, so basically, this is accurate right now. It's showing me my current character, which is fine. So we know that that is accurate. We have to get these things to populate. And then this is going to have to update every time I click on something inside here. Also, it's still huge, so I gotta make this way smaller. Let me make Doing good ass. Got a vacation, so I've been chilling too. Nice vacation from the profits of the game, I imagine. As a 5 game usually does. Yeah. I hear ya. So things are going good though. You got good reviews, it sounds like, right? You got a good community kind of going. Yeah. Are you still going to be making any updates to it, or what's the word on that? I know you were kind of like, yeah, I might do new maps, expansions, new dice, stuff like that. You know, kind of like polish it a little bit, or are you like over it? You're probably so sick of dice at this point. Like, I don't want to deal with it anymore. Okay, we're gonna call this UI Commander Selected Profile. I gotta fix my headset. It's like wound into like a million of these freaking like, I don't know how this happens. Hold on. Okay. Good lord. Okay, so this is gonna be an overlay. And this is gonna have an image. Actually, we need to put this inside of a horizontal box. Icon. You didn't want it because you're kind of over it. Yeah. I mean, you get that way after a while, trust me. Like, that's why I tried to do a game that I thought I would really want to play, which is true. I mean, it is working for me at least, but even I'm burnt out right now. I'm like deathly burnt out. At least you made some profits though, and you've got it like doing well. I still haven't even like attempted to do any of that yet, and it's gonna be a fucking lift because I'm gonna have to start doing YouTube videos on it, and it's like a whole thing. It's gonna be a lot of work. A lot of people want stuff added, and some stuff should be polished, but I've been procrastinating hard. Yeah. Well, you have to ask yourself, so it's like a tricky question, right? Because it's like if you ignore it, people will get over it, and they'll never come back. So it's almost like you have to kind of like keep going with the momentum. You know what I mean? Because while you keep them entertained and currently playing the game, their friends will see them playing it, which means they're more apt to buy it. It's a free commercial, right? So it's kind of a tricky call there. It's like, do you care? Do you not care? Is it even worth it? Is it valuable enough? It sounded like you were doing really good though, so can't be that bad, right? Python, let's do border. Okay, like this. We're gonna make this bigger. Go 400 by like 150 at 200. There was a shitter review. There's always a shitting. Yeah, someone's always got a shit on a small dev's project. I love that.
I could be, make a game better than this. This is garbage. What were they smoking? Like, what are they even thinking?
Yeah. I love those reviews. I go, okay, all right, big time reviewer, watch out. Thanks for the review. Like if it sucks, just be like, it could be better. Like you don't have to shit. Like if it's a AAA studio, take the gloves off, do whatever you want. But if it's like a poor, like innocent, like indie dev, like slow your roll. You don't have to be so mean. It's a lot of work to make the most dumbest shit look normal. I mean, shit, we're gonna spend like 2 days just on one stupid UI that people will just open and close like that. They won't even think about it, Like, it takes a long time to do this shit, guys, so gotta have some respect for the indie devs a little bit. And no, we don't make money while we work on our projects, unlike the AAA studios that do. So, it all goes hand in hand. Okay, this is going to be our motion background. Okay, then we're gonna do outline. This goes to the left. The 15 border, okay. You gotta remember though too, like if you get like one shit review, like you're never gonna please everybody, right? Like there's always someone who's gonna be fucking all pissed off at you. Okay, so this is gonna be these are all going to get populated as the profiles for each character that you have in the game. So we just need to set these up accordingly, and we'll be on our way. We're going to have the icon. It's going to need a vert box inside the horizontal box. And this is going to have a text for name. Name, whoops. Shouldn't be that big, but we'll see. Fill. Icon padding to the right by 15. Change the font. Yada yada yada. Almost sold 100. 12 have been returned, and it looks like Steam removed that review. Oh, really? That's freaking funny. So what did they do? What would they say or whatever? What, like, how do you shit on someone for making like a basic dice game? Like, I don't understand. Like, what were they expecting? No offense, but like, what were they expecting? Like explosions? Like, what was the thought pattern? Isn't it like $2 or like $5? Like, I don't understand what they were expecting. Like, what's the problem? What's the problem here? What's got their panties in a bunch? You know? You took a pic, okay. I gotta hear this or see this. It's $4.99. Yeah, it's a $4.99, and I'm not trying to like talk shit at all. I'm just saying, like, it's a $5 indie dev dice game. Why would you shit on that? Like, clearly, like, if I was buying a game that was $5 and it was a quick little dice game that some indie dev made, it would be to A, support them, and B, it would be like, oh, let's see like what they did. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't like buy it, and I certainly wouldn't get a refund. Whatever. I don't understand some people. You're approaching 30 and wanted the game done while you were in your 20s, but looks like that ain't gonna happen. Sometimes it takes us longer than we anticipate, my man. I've been working on this one for about 3.5 years. I am 41 years old, my friend. So, yeah. But I'm feeling like I'm 20. I will say that when you start to get over 40, you start to get like these, like, you get tired faster. You get tired faster. Like, you know how you feel when it's like 6 in the morning when you're in your 20s and you're just kind of like, and you start like fading? That starts to happen more. That's like really it. Like, I take good care of my body. Like, I'm always working out and I try to like do what I can, but like, I'm always fucking tired, man. I don't know. I hope that's not what it's going to be like for the rest of my life. Just always getting more and more tired. But that's pretty much it. I don't know. So you'll still be fine. So don't worry about turning 30, man. Tutorial shit. Bad game, bad platform. Only one solo function with a K. That's awesome. You can't customize the game. No, customize the game. Did you even promise to customize the game? Like, what the fuck? No bots, nothing. Baddest game on Steam. Wow. Can confirm. Return. Wow. It sounds like someone was a little salty. That's what it sounds like. Can I leave a review even though you gave me a thing? Where's your let's see where it is. By the way, I will be playing Bitcraft. Ding 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 ding. Twitch army alert. Twitch army alert. If you want to play with me, you guys want to have a fucking army, you guys want to fuck shit up together, let's go. I'm gonna be trying Bitcraft tonight, so you can like make an entire community, a whole city. So if you guys want to play with me, let me fucking know. Get in my Discord and ping me, or just say like in lobby, and I'll know that you're interested. Okay, so let's find out where your game is. Hold on, there it is. Farco with friends. So somebody shit all over this game, huh? Okay, 5 user reviews. That's it. That's not too bad. Oh, I can leave a review. Really? You can leave a review even though you got it for free. That's insane. What should I say? What do you want me to say? Big craft shit. Don't like the font. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. What do you want me to say? Would be like, I don't know what I'm supposed to say. Like, I would never read it. Oh, there's a checkbox if I got it for free. Whatever. I'll just recommend it. I don't care. I'm not gonna say anything because I don't know what to say. I'm shit for fucking words. I will recommend it though. There you go. I think it posted. Did it post or do I have to type something in? I mean, I shit all over Dune. I shit all over that game. Please describe what you like. Okay. All right. Jesus Christ. A solid dice game with real physics. The dev shows good attention to detail where it matters. Chat with your friends while playing Farkle. What is that right? Farkle? Chat with your friends. Chat with your friends while enjoying a good game of Farkle. What more do you need? There you go. There you fucking go. There's your review. Right? Oh, yeah. I could have shit all over it. I should have shit all over it. Be like, this fucking bitch. Could you fucking imagine? You'd be like, what the fuck? This fucking asshole. The shitty review's still there? Yeah, it'll highlight my review. I'll get people will down my review because I got it for free. They'll be like, this guy's a plant. Like, no, but I'm a friend and I know how much work she put into it, and it's actually not that bad. I mean, it's a fucking dice game. Like, what do you expect? Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, I probably would never buy this game just because I don't play dice games. But if I was going to buy a dice game and I purchased this game, it's not bad. Like, I don't know why someone would be so pissed off about it. Like, it does exactly what it's supposed to do. It rolls dice, you play the game, you can chat with your friends. Like, what the fuck else do they want? Fireworks? You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't understand why someone would like shit on it, is my point. Yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I think you need like some lifts here and there and some polish, obviously. Like, we talked about that. And we talked about the bots too. Like, it would be cool to play against bots. I agree. Like, it would be cool, but it like just came out. Like, chill out. You know what I mean? So yeah, it looks fine. Who cares? Good interactive. I mean, what else do you want? I don't know. I like your little roller thing. I think it's fine. I mean, like, I've played like little app games before and like Monopoly and stuff, and it's no different, you know? It's just it doesn't have as much fluff in it, which is because AAA studios just pound their games with fluff. You know, like I was saying before, like if you could do like emojis and stuff like over the dice or something, like, you know, whatever. But if you're over it, you're over it, and I totally get it. So no worries there. Yeah, I shit all over Dune. So like people are hacking like crazy in Dune right now. Like crazy, bro. So like I'm like, all right, well, we're gonna take a chill pill on that a little bit. But yeah, I'll be playing Bitcraft later tonight. I'll probably be playing off stream, but tomorrow, who knows? Is what it is. What's going on, Asura MF. There we go, Asura. I always like butcher people's names. How many languages are you supporting? 1. English, baby. Learn it or get the fuck out. I'm just joking. But just English, just English. People are gonna be like, this guy's a dick. You know what? I'd rather be a dick and not have to deal with drama than try to like appease everybody. All right, so we got commander's name, and then this is gonna be what are we gonna put in here? We're gonna say nothing good. You dick, I'm out. Fuck this guy. Fuck this guy, motherfucker. You won't even support Spanish. You went to other languages in yours? You actually have. Oh wow, you went through multiple lengths and loops that I would never even think to go through. What's going on, Asura? Fill us in. Feed us the drama. Just give us the drama. Let's hear it. Give it to us. It didn't show up for me on your thing. I didn't see that guy's review, so I don't know. Man, your patches are so tiny compared to mine. You want to see what mine looks like with patch notes? Oh god. It just keeps going and going and going. Load more activity. Keeps going. Okay, finally stop. Yeah, that was September. It's just like, and this was like old. This was the old version. I didn't even get to it. Now I'm just like, fuck it. I'm not even gonna fucking throw these out there anymore. I stopped at 912, and now it's gonna turn over to a total different game. It's gonna be a completely different game at 2.0. Someone looking at this would be like, okay, it's an RTS game. Okay, all right, what the fuck happened in 2.0? It's a total different game. Yep. Called Finding Your Footing. But I did not see that negative review, so I don't know what's going on there. Where is this thing? 5 user reviews. I mean, like, there's only 5. It won't even show mine right now. Where's his shitty review? I don't see it. Oh, this guy's a little frustrated. He's a little pissed. Great game, but we need to be able to alter the game rules. If the game is over after 3 Farkles, what's even the point of the points we've built up? Oh, okay, I see what he's saying. Yeah, I kind of agree with him. I kind of agree with this guy. See, players want everything. I'm telling you, players want everything. So get used to that crap. You'll DM? Okay. I don't read. Okay, is it going to be? Yeah, good. You're doing it in Discord. Sweet. Oof. Do you have any cameras to try to catch that shit? I would try to put some cameras up. That sounds terrible. You dealing with babysitters or? Yeah. I won't talk about that on stream, but yeah, that sounds terrible. You had to set your filter to all languages. The language filter is on. Top pick negative ones? Why do I have an update for Smite? Oh, okay. I don't think I've played that in like forever. Where is little Farkle? Where's the little Farkle fucker? You should make a new one called Fuck with Friends. Or like Farkle Fuck. Let's see what we got here. Alright, so I'm looking at... Oh, God. Oh, okay. Not your house? Okay, so it's someone else's house. Got it. Yeah, well, I would not take them there anymore. That's for damn sure. Top pick negative ones. How did you see the top? Oh, is it not in my language? Oh, that's why. My bad. Uh, bad game, bad platform. Only one solo function. This is in English, sir. I'm sorry, sir, ma'am. You need to go back into the front of the line. Okay, this is not proper English. You need to start over. You can't customize the game. No bots. Nothing. Baddest game on Steam. Wow. One review. So this, to me, you want to know my personal opinion? This is one of your friends. That's my personal opinion. This one review, this is somebody who has an alt account who doesn't like you. That's my personal opinion. I get the sense that this person is, you got into a fight with them, or you don't know who they are. Maybe it's like some crazy ex, I don't know. But the point is, this person most likely is someone that you know, because who the fuck cares about writing a negative review for a dice game, and it's their only review that they've ever posted in their life? That's really suspect. You know what I'm saying? You get my gist? Yeah, it's definitely a personal attack. I had that happen on mine as well. I didn't have any negative reviews, but I had like a very suspicious 3 purchases and 3 refunds all in a row on the same day. I was like, okay. So yeah, there's some weird shit that happens out there. Probably people just trying to steal my code, because, you know, like once you get a game, you can just copy the folder over and they can just start tearing all your shit apart to see what you have. But whatever. So it is what it is. Nothing you can do about it, really. You can try to encrypt it as much as you want, but that ain't gonna do much. Graham showed me that once. I was like, show me how easy it is. He's like, all right, is this your game on Steam? I'm like, yeah. So he downloaded it. He's like, all right, here are all your files. Oh, I see this is what you wrote in your blueprint. Oh, I see that this is what you have for your asset. Oh, yep, I have all your static meshes. Like 2 minutes. Like 2 minutes. He ripped my whole game to shreds. I was like, fuck me. It's really depressing to think about that. So you know that, like, there's other rogue agencies out there that will just get your game, refund it, and strip it, and then they'll just steal all your assets. Yeah, I'm not saying that everybody refunds like that. Maybe there's genuinely someone who thought that your game was something that it isn't. I mean, that happens too. You know, it's not like our games are like AAA crazy quality, so it is what it is. But commander name, commander. We're gonna say mastery type. Oh, these menu systems are so slow to make, man. They're so slow, bro. And this is gonna need another icon. So we're gonna need an image. It's like we're doing our taxes today. That's what it feels like. And this is gonna be icon mastery type. This is text mastery type. This is a variable. This is text commander name. Let's get all those in the system. Let's set those up. Name type, icon type, icon. All this shit's gonna have to get pounded here when we go on our construction phase here. Set texture, soft texture, I believe it is. Yeah, it's definitely a secondary account, girl. You've got someone who doesn't like you, and you know what? That's fine. I have people who hate me. I have people who absolutely hate me. You want to watch something funny? So I've been putting out tutorials on YouTube. So I get shit on like constantly. Yeah, so like this is my YouTube channel. And somebody went through and they made sure to always like say no to everything. They always down every one of my videos. They're like, oh, I'm gonna down every single one of your videos. It's like, good luck. I mean, this shit's on fucking fire, but go ahead, down it. It doesn't actually change the algorithm. But like as soon as this one came out, someone downed it like right away. I was like, how do you down a tutorial about Unreal Engine that like talks about things no one's talked about? Like, I just don't understand why people would even down something like that. I mean, maybe if I was like misleading or if I was like full of shit, but like I don't get it. But someone always downs it, like literally within minutes. I'll get like a thumbs down. So I have people who hate me, and I don't really fucking care. It actually, fun fact, it legitimately does nothing. It actually helps the streamer because it shows that there's interaction on your stream, whether it's good or bad. The actual devs of YouTube have talked about that. So you're actually helping me, so I don't really care either way. Now, if like 80% of the people downed you, it could maybe start to like change the balance, but they're like, it doesn't do anything because people will do that all the time. They'll like farm bot you down to try to make your video not show up as much, but that's old. That doesn't happen anymore. So, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Scared to put in game and really access in case thieves. Yeah, people are always gonna steal your shit. There's nothing you can do about it. But remember, dates matter. So if you put your game on Steam, for example, and you even don't release it, you just keep it private while it's like coming soon kind of deal. It is now, the files are in there. Like when I submit my files to Steam, they are in a cloud that there's dated, you can see the patch notes, everything. So like if someone were to like steal your shit on release day and they're like, look what we made, you'd be like, bro, and you can just show the dates of when you had your stuff and like you would win hands down in court. So assuming that you would even deal with it to begin with, because most of the people who steal shit, like whatever, most of them are losers. Set text. It's been so long since I've had a hater. It doesn't. It's only feedback that is genuine that matters to me. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I have tons of haters. Trust me. Like people absolutely hate me. People usually hate me because they're jealous. I'm just gonna say it. I'm not one to brag. I'm never gonna sit up here and be like, I'm better than you. I could care less. We all have different talents and they're all unique to different situations, but there's just a lot of weird people out there I think are jealous. They're mad, you know, they want to do this, they want to do that. They're just like pissed off, I guess. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? You can't really rationalize with someone who's crazy, right? What are you gonna do about it? Okay, so this is gonna be an icon. There we go. All right, so we kind of got this part started. I don't know why I'm lagging so fucking hard today. What's up, Serial? Not a bad idea. Yeah, you could probably like hit up, especially like one of those small publishers that's like all into like, you know, board game kind of stuff. That could work. Not a bad idea. Okay, we're gonna need one variable here, and this is gonna be a commander. We're going to break that commander's information out. This is going to be the commander name. PDA commander data. Where is this? Is this old? Ugh, this is gonna get really crazy here in a minute. Where are we going here? UI list. That's our UI list. I don't need that anymore. Master facility, master EPC mastery. S commander. Okay, so it is an S commander. All right, so we're getting the S commander data. So we're gonna have to grab this, which is fine. I don't know where that icon's coming from though. Mastery type. Probably gonna have to do this. This will be our mastery level. That. Okay, and that can go there. It is like 100 degrees in my room right now. So I need to turn on the AC because it just got like freaking nuts all of a sudden. I don't know why it's so goddamn hot in here. My graphics card must have started cranking up for some dumb reason. Everyone loves me. Well, and that's like a fun fact. I think there's like someone did research on this. I remember hearing this somewhere once where like the absolute best approval rating you can ever get is usually like 70 to 75%. Because what happens is like as you increase your population, it's harder to maintain that higher approval rating because you're naturally going to have more people that like don't like you. And so the best you can ever get in society is usually like 75%, which is disgusting. But you can see it in politics already, right? Like someone could be like, "Oh, this is bad. People are dying." And it'd be like, "No, it's not." So, you know, like it's pretty evident that no matter what you do, the best you'll ever have is a 75% approval rating. So, good luck with that, you know? And I think it's just roles reversed. I mean, you could probably go really low on the approval rating if you're like pissed everybody off, but there's still someone who's gonna probably love you. So okay, so this is level, so let's add a level here. It's gonna be like this. Come on. There we go. Level. There we go. All right, so level. Put a little pad on that. Or not. Do. Pad on that one. There we go. Okay, and then this one is going to get changed over here. There we go. Okay, so mastery type and all this crap, I don't know where the hell that's coming from, to be honest with you. I gotta figure out how I did that to begin with. But long story short, this will start to set all of our data according to whatever this is. This has to be exposed at spawn because we're going to create these inside of this now. Not that. This. So we're going to make another command, a function. And this one's going to be populate commanders. And so it's going to get this, get main player state, get commanders, get commander stats. We might have to get those from somewhere else, actually. I don't know if I'm saving those independently or not. Let's just make sure that this actually opens up still. Not your mom, so 100% approval. Right? Yeah. Didn't advertise much, but making shorts. You got a lot of good attention. I got, like, no attention. I didn't do any advertising, but, I don't know. It was really weird. Like, I mean, I got some, I don't even know how many sales I got. It's not a lot at all. Trust me. It's way less than yours. Way less than yours. If I can actually pull it up here. Yeah, 22 units. and most of those were giveaways. So, yeah, you're absolutely crushing me. Because you said it was like almost 100. Like, you destroyed me. So you're doing very good. It will be interesting to see what happens when I get 2.0 out and I actually put the word out. Because to me personally, like, if I put the word out, I start physically trying to do my advertising and, you know, my word of mouth advertising. I hit my contacts and it still goes tits up, I'm probably done at that point. Like, I'm just gonna be like, I don't know what to do, you know, because like you make something that's like actually quite decent and nobody gives a shit versus, you know, you don't give a fuck and you YOLO and you do well. So I'm kind of like thinking like, I understand why companies do money grabs. I mean, look at Banana, you know what I mean? Like, games like that, it's just, or like Up. It's like, yeah, I get it now. So we'll see. All right, so in my player state, wherever the hell that is. There it is. Okay, so we got to take a look at our player state real fast. Let's see what we're pulling here. Save loadout, homeworld ability, commander selected. Okay, so commander selected, but we are not getting, let's see, get commander, get saved commanders. Here we go. This might have to change, but whatever. Click a game template you made on standby. Damn, 111. Good lord. How many keys did you give away out of those? Because I gave away probably like 12 keys, maybe 13 keys, and I had 22 sell. So out of that, whatever's left, like 7 sells. It's fucking pathetic. Okay. Commanders. Okay, looks like we got to make this. We haven't made this yet. Yes, saved commanders. Saved commanders. All right. So whatever that list is, we're just going to bring that over. And then we're going to say get saved commanders. For each one, we're going to create a widget. And we are going to take this. I like doing UI stuff though. I mean, UI can get a little aggressive sometimes and be a little annoying, but it's still fun to watch everything kind of come to life. Selected profile. Okay. This goes in here like that. This goes here like that. You always want to use get owning player for multiplayer when you're dealing with UIs. Then you're guaranteed to have the correct player's instance or the correct player's controller. Welcome back, Ace. But yeah, I was just saying, like, if this game does bad after I get the new release and everything, and and I start to actually like genuinely advertise and push, then I'll be very surprised. Like I know it's not like probably the best game ever, but it's like pretty fucking good. It's definitely worth like $15 to fuck around with, better than some games, you know. Okay. For each loop, we're going to create a new profile. We're going to add it to the list, and then when we're done, we're going to get out. So there's our function to populate all of those. And then we're going to say populate commanders. Okay, let's see if that populates. You should only see one. I don't even think it's going to show anything, to be honest with you, because we don't have the actual children set up yet. 3D widget stuff has to be done on client. Yeah. Yep, and then you have to replicate it and shit. Okay, so we did get population. It's just not plugged into any data yet, so that's fine. So this is showing us that we do indeed have a character available. Otherwise, this would be blank. So we have a character. It is available on our list of characters. I got to put a title here that says available characters. And then we'll be able to click on different ones, and this will update according to whatever these are selected as. And this screen is still way too huge. I gotta fix the sizing, but whatever. Okay. So in order for those children to update correctly, we need them to be updated on construct here. So when they're created, they're going to have this data coming in live. We're going to do a little sneaky maneuver here. Okay. We're going to say set visibility to invisible. And then when we're done setting up all of our parameters, then we're going to make it visible. That way we don't get like a weird hiccup. We're going to delay it by a tick, just to give it a second to update, because sometimes we get like these weird flicker effects, and you'll see it like update in real time and it looks weird. So we'll see if that helps. If selected, we need to set that up. So let's add a button. btn_select. Okay, this is going to be full screen. The tint is going to be nothing. Completely invisible. And the outline see if we can get the outline working here. Fixed radius, yep, that's fine. Hold on. Do I need to do this? Yeah, I do need to do this. Okay, so we're gonna do where is that button? Yours is only $5. I could have made a way higher quality game and charged more, but I think it's fair price for what it is. Yours is a lot more complicated. Yeah, it's a lot more complicated. I completely agree with you there. To the point where I'm thinking like, you know, I'm like exhausted. But you know, I think like once all the hard work is done, it will be worth it. For me at least the way I see it. Because then it's just about like tweaking and updating, and I can continue to do updates and progress for it, you know what I mean? Instead of just being like, fuck it, on to the next game. Like, I don't want to have to like keep starting over, you know what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna put the motion border inside the button. We're gonna get rid of the old border. This is a sneaky little trick you can do. And then we're going to keep the tint the same for everything. Buttons are really sneaky, by the way. They can be sneaky little bastards. Make sure all the corner radiuses stay the same. Fixed. Yep. And then when we hover, we're only going to change the outline. So we're going to say when hovering, make this yellow, make this 4. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to do that. Okay. All right. So now when I hover over this, it'll act as though it's a button. So let's take a look at that and see what that looks like. You need to balance all your units. Is your game an RTS game? I think I remember you saying that before. Okay, so see, now we get that yellow hover whenever we hover over the option here. So that's good. You also notice this other weird problem where like it goes away. So in order to prevent this, we have to tell all these to be non-hit, which means they don't interfere with the mouse. So that's another fun one that nobody tells you. So we're going to do that right now. See how the button is like, I can't see anymore when you hover over this text. So we're going to change that so that it actually works correctly. So we just go in here and we select all these assets that are being used, every single thing. Don't care. And we're going to say, actually it's probably just this right here, to be honest with you. Non-hit self-testable for self only. We're going to say self and children. Okay. So now basically it's just going to completely make sure that everything is non-hit testable, which means it will not hit the mouse. So you'll see those results change right now before your eyes. Before your very eyes. Okay, so it's an RTS game. That's cool. Do you have it on Steam already? Like just in like early whatever, like coming soon or something? See how those don't interfere anymore with our button now? Nice and clean. So we're slowly getting there, guys. Been playing Parcel Sim. That's awesome. You should try playing Bitcraft with us. We're gonna try Bitcraft tonight. I think you would enjoy it. We'll keep that like that for now. We can have like a bunch of people playing, and you build like a whole community and everything, and like you go out and you get like resources, and you can build all sorts of shit. Basically, you build a town with your friends, and it can turn into like a city, which can turn into a nation. It gets crazy. So we're gonna check it out tonight, see how it is. I would have gotten into it sooner. It dropped like last week, but you know, Dune happened, so I kind of got sucked into that. All right, let's get this thing to actually show something now, because I'm getting sick of staring at the same ugly screen. We're gonna put up a blank image here, just so we have something. 150 by 150. You should always do a default image, so if something goes wrong in your game, people don't see an ugly white box just hanging out. Do 30 by 30? Yeah, that should be. Soon in early access once approved. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, try to get your Steam stuff buttoned up quick, because that stuff takes forever. Timeria, what's going on? I see you throwing down a Slimeroo. Let's get some slime on here. Let's see if I can find it. Slime. There it is. Oh yeah, just belching out that slime. Look at that shit. What's up, Timeria? I'm doing fantastic. Are you going to play this game with us? Not this one. This is Farkle with Friends. You can play Farkle with Friends if you want. That's that's Ace's game. Are you going to try playing? So we got a huge free advertisement. Are you going to play this one, Bitcraft? We're going to try doing Bitcraft later tonight. Well, we're going to try getting into it and see how it goes. I honestly think you would like this one. This one is like tons of questy stuff you can do. It's super chill. You can build a whole village on your own with your friends. What's that one game that everyone's freaking obsessed with? Trying to remember what the hell it's called. It's kind of like Terraria, but it's not. It's Moon or something, or like something Moon. I forget what it's called. You girls will know because it's more of like I see a lot of girls love playing it. What the hell is it called? You played it. Harvest Moon. Yes, Harvest Moon. See, I knew you would know it. It's similar to that. I mean, like, it's literally freaking awesome. So if you guys want to play with me, we're all going to be playing, and the more people you have together, the better. So. Sorry, I had to sneeze. It's going to be really fun. Yeah, I mean everything, Smurf. Yeah, so like everything. You just gotta start getting all your stuff organized and ready. Because they want very specific icon dimensions. They want very specific titling, spacing. The way you like lay everything out, it has to be done a very specific way, and it gets obnoxious. Because if you fuck something up, they're gonna be like, "Oh, you need to change that." You'll be like, "Okay, here's the change," and they'll be like, "Yeah, that's great. We're gonna get back to you in 7 days." You gotta wait 7 days before they'll check it, and then once they check it, they'll go, "It needs to go a little to the left." You'll be like, "Are you kidding me?" So you'll move an icon to the left, and it'll be like 7 days later. Okay, that's good, but you also gotta fix this other problem. Be like, "Well, why didn't you tell me about that?" So yeah, they're terrible. Okay, good. You'll redo the trailer. Yeah, I was just gonna say they're so bad, man. They're so bad. Give me the link to your game if you don't mind, and I'll add it to my wish list. I'm not gonna buy it because I'm poor, but I'll add it to my wish list to try to help give you a little promotion. $30, shit game. The code either works. So here's something that's crazy. Bitcraft is open sourced. They're open sourcing their entire thing, which I'm like, what? They're on a total different level, trying some crazy wacky shit. I don't know how that's gonna work, but okay. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. It's gotta be approved first. Gotcha. No worries. Okay, so we got the icon, the commander name, the mastery type, the level. This needs to change. This is the actual level. That's gonna come from current XP mastery levels. I don't know where I have half of this crap. Like, there's so many weird areas. This has to kind of get redone. So I'll probably have to redo this off stream because it's just going to be a pain in the balls and like super slow and boring. But this should work right here. And I don't know why this isn't working. So let me just like take a peek at this real quick. Because we're setting this commander. Right here. Right? So yeah, Timeria, look up Bitcraft. Get on Bitcraft, girl. Get on Bitcraft. Go on now. Go on now, you hear? Come on. Well, shit. Look who we have here. Alright. Commander, no data. That's our problem. It's probably not getting any data because, yeah, we never loaded it correctly. Alright, that makes perfect sense. I'm a dumbass. That makes perfect sense. All right, so in order to get that information, we're going to have to start creating a save system so that our player state knows where to pull this data from. And that is inside one of these areas. Well, they're getting funding for all the hard work they've done now, but then they're going to just like start open sourcing it. I don't know. It's really bizarre. Trust me. I'm like, huh? So yeah, it's really weird. I don't know. And To be fair, that is a little weird too, right? Like open source after you collect money. So I don't know. But I guess they have to get some money for their hard work, you know? I mean, we could try it on stream if you guys just want to see what it's like. I could fire it up a little bit here. You guys let me know. You guys tell me. I'm game either way. All right, so. Yes, please. All right, we can. We can. Master facility. I need to save. Let me just try to wrap up some of this other stuff here. We got to make sure that this is working correctly. So we're getting from save. So save game has our saved commanders, which is right here. Right here. And then we're setting it here. We're getting PS saved commanders. Let's make sure this is... Well, that would work correctly, and the data's probably blank, right? Let's see what this says. Okay. So all the information that we give a shit about is in the PDA. PDA data has all the hair types, has the body, the skins, all the customization features, all of our internal features, like all of our starting stats. See, this is how people cheat, by the way, is they'll go in and they'll start changing these variables using a hack client. But there's ways to prevent this, but you gotta, you know, bring them in from somewhere. Profile picture. Okay, so profile picture is what we're using. That's not gonna fly. Okay, so it's coming from the PDA, so that's fine. All right, I just want to see where all that data was coming from. Yeah, so my commanders, they load in when relevant, correct, but so it's like a main player, so I can show you real quick. So basically, you're gonna have to have a boot up sequence. Everyone who makes a game needs a boot up sequence. I mean, normally you play a game, there's a loading screen, right? So I decide when something happens in the game mode, which is right here. This is my main sequence right here. So basically it says on begin play, this is the server or the host, whatever, you know, the host. It says spawn a core. This is just like a core. This is like a it's like an actor manager that kind of like does extra policing and stuff that I need in the game. So it just spawns that, no big deal. And then it says, okay, let's start loading in players. So now we start loading players. So what happens? It goes through each player controller and it starts saying, give the message when they join, da da da, and then here we go. This is the actual super function. So it gets the controller and then it says, load all of the players' state data. You want to store, if you're doing multiplayer, you want to store a lot of that data in their player state. And this right here is basically getting the data from their player state, but that's already been booted. It's like a boot sequence. Yeah, he did something similar but way messier. You got to start somewhere, so I totally get it. And we want to load all of our data first before we spawn our actual actor, and then we apply all of that data to the actor right here, right? So now the actor's like, oh, I'm actually possessing from your controller A. This is the character you had from your save file. Have fun, right? And then it like puts you into that character and spits you out, and then it applies all the attributes that you're supposed to have. And then it does it for the next person and the next person and the next person. So it's getting their local data and it's applying those settings to each character that spawned in. Obviously, players can cheat, but I will be adding cross-reference systems. So like if you were to spoof that data and then you joined a friend, that friend will actually cross-reference your data and say, you can't have 50,000 health, get fucked. And it will actually reset your data. It will kick you out of the group and it will like send you off and be like, you cheated, get fucked. It's not going to say that, but it'll just be like error, recompiling data, and it will like force reset your data. So there's like little things you can build into the system to like kind of like check stuff. It's not going to stop it, but it's just going to try to make it harder for them. This right here is another program. So like all these are bigger functions. So then this one comes in and says, let's get access to our player state. Let's boot up our player state. So what is that? So this is where all the important information comes in. So this says, okay, let's start getting our load save file. Let's get all the data from our save file and let's start applying it. So this is where it starts setting everything up into our player state. It's saying grab save file, take that data and add it to our local data. Okay. And that's all it's doing. Save file, local data, save file, local data, which is what PS means. It means player state. Because you don't want to like just constantly be reading and writing to their save drive because you got to confirm it, right? So we're handing things off from a save file to a local state, which is your player state. Then we do all the math and all the crazy shit on a server or whoever the host is that approves you to rewrite your code on your player state. And then when you're done, or we've approved that you've gotten a victory or you're allowed to be saved and updated, then we take that data and overwrite it on the save file. So there's obviously holes everywhere. Like you can cheat if you really know what you're doing, but it's enough to severely fuck over your cheat engine users and your basic cheat attempts. They will not be able to cheat because the data is always being overridden and it's always being changed. But you can still cheat. I mean, there's ways to do it. So you'll never be totally safe. But getting back to what your original question was, yes. So I load everything in sections. And then once they're ready to rock and the game's ready to fly, we then possess our character. And the character now knows what armor I had on last. It knows what I was wearing. It knows what I'm supposed to look like. It knows what my shields were when I logged out or whatever. So all that stuff is set up and ready to rock. And then it also knows what my inventory is. If I can remember what my inventory key is. There it is. So I have all my inventories here. It knows what I was wearing. Was I wearing those pants? Was I wearing these pants? So yeah. Okay. So like the data loaded as you entered the hives. Yeah, that's similar to level streaming is. Level streaming is very similar. It basically loads as you approach a certain area. So like, for example, like going over there to that building, it might have more details like shit on it, and it won't load unless I get next to it, and then it starts to, and then it starts to load in. Got the hiccups. So yeah, I could see that happening. Yep, sure. So what I've kind of been working on is just getting this started. I just take it easy now. Like everything takes fucking ages to do, man. Like no matter how good you are, everything takes some time. So what we're setting up right now is this menu system where this is where we're actually going to select our different character. You know how like you play a game like Diablo or you've played Path of Exiles and you're like, I need to change my character. I want to play on another character that I already have. This is where you do it. So you go to this menu station and you'd be like, okay, this is who I'm currently playing as. Who else do I... Oh, let me switch to my gunner. You know, let me switch to this or whatever. And then you can like switch and hit select and you'll swap out characters. So yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So, and it's not going to look like that. This is just a bullshit default cube that I threw down here just so I know, like, okay, that's kind of like going to be a building or something. I don't know yet. And all of this is just temporary. I'm going to probably change a lot of this as well. Why is it so foggy? Let's get rid of that fog. Like, so freaking foggy. And I'm still debating, like, if players should be able to, like, add their own furniture and stuff. So they might be able to like do their own kind of like decorations in their own house. I don't know. I'm still like kind of thinking about how I want it to work. So it's tricky, but it remembers everything. So everything's loaded. Like I did this earlier. It's like, yep, you have a vehicle ready to go. And then if we go to like a map right now, I could take you with me. Like if you were playing with me, so like other players can join me. I can invite them. and then we all travel to a map together. Yeah, like trophies and stuff. Sure. Yep. Yeah, you can like do whatever you want, like awards or like big enemy bosses that you may have destroyed or whatever. Whatever you may have done in the game, yeah, like you should be able to like kind of show it off and stuff. But that's probably coming later in like 3.0. I decided to kind of hold off on building for now, and I'm gonna like push all that into 3.0. That'll be like way later. I think this is gonna take forever because I haven't freshly loaded this map yet, so it's gonna like load all these background shaders. There it goes. So what's cool about this though is it's still loading shaders. You saw me load my game, right? So it automatically knows who I am, what I have on me, what my character's name is, all this stuff. And then whenever these fucking shaders finish loading 10 years later, I can also open up my menu. So this is the buggy that I equipped. So I brought like a buggy with me. So I can just like actually place this down now, and we can bring this vehicle into the actual map. I can check its fuel, I can check its energy, and this is all real time. So like if I burned all my energy and I packed it up, see, I can just like package it. So now it's like packaging up again. And so, whoops. And so that's going to actually package up. And now that'll go back into my storage. There it goes. So now it's back into my storage. I can see it. There it is. I can pull it back out if I want. And then this is like a fully functional vehicle. So yeah, pretty cool. But you have to be near a beacon to package stuff up like that. Oh, I see some enemies out there. Let's go get them. I don't know why my shaders are taking so long to load. Oh yeah, you gotta like remodel them and stuff. Yeah, that's a pain in the ass. Yep. So you use Blender as well? Yeah, I do like using Blender. I got a water problem. That's why I get that blue screen. This is from water. I'm having like an ocean problem, but I haven't figured it out yet. It is hard as hell to hit these guys, by the way. Still gotta fix their collision problem. I got like this weird collision issue. Oh my god, these shaders are kicking my ass, man. Get some frames back. There we go. It took a long time getting these vehicles to work, man, but holy shit. Once you get them working, it is fun as fuck. So now we just drive back over to the transfer station here. And then I can just package this back up. And then that gets packaged and it'll go in my inventory. And now that I know that I packaged it, I'm safe if I leave the map. Like, I'll keep that asset. So I can just go like this, and then this will auto pack everything too in case you didn't package it. And it will take us back to our home. And now we're back home. And that's how kind of like you go into like these maps and do stuff. You'll have to obviously finish the mission to get the loot, but once you get the loot, you're good to go. So, I don't know. I'm still trying to iron it out. Like, there's a lot of things I still want to finish and fix up. You know, it's tricky, so it's a work in progress like every other indie game. Let's see, populate commanders. Okay, so we're loading. Commanders. Well, if that's going through the system, is Timeria still in here? Barely have played it. Time to play WoW. I think that's bullshit, Timeria. Says the girl who has the Brontosaurus mount. Barely have time to play WoW my ass. My ass. Profile picture gunner. Okay, so I want profile pic. Why is that not coming up? I'm so confused. Get profile. What is wrong with this dumb thing? Profile picture. Where are you? But yeah, just keep at it there, Smurf. Just keep pushing, man. I mean, just realize nothing's going to take, it's going to take longer than 2 seconds, Everything takes time. And it's okay to give yourself breaks too. I mean, you can't be expected to just work nonstop. Oh dear Lord, where did I save this stuff? I'm trying to figure out where I put gotta be under commanders. Alright, time to use the search feature. PDA commander. Open. Where is that? Blueprints. Oh, BPC data assets. Okay. How often do I stream? For a while there, I was streaming every single day. Now I'm streaming like every other day-ish. That's true. That's true. Yeah, you take a day off and then it's like, uh-oh. Yeah, that is true, man. Notes. Write notes. Okay? So like right now, if I was going to leave, I would do this. I'd be like, needs to talk to PDA, right? Like start writing notes. Before you log out, before you pass out for the night, which is how I am, write notes. And then like that way when you come back, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's right. That's what I was going to do. Like you can't remember all this stuff. It's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. So start taking notes, writing notes, do comments inside the Blueprint event graphs. Like try your best to try to like, ease your mind when you come back into it. Cause I do the same thing, man. I'll come back to be like, what the fuck was I doing? So I totally understand. Why on earth is this not accessible? I shouldn't have to cast the commander, but I guess I have to. I do not know why. Maybe because it's coming through this, it's not getting fresh from a data table. That could be why. Okay, so this is our profile picture. We're going to convert that up like that. and then we're gonna say get level. No, get Smurf thrown down a subaroo. Why, thank you very much. I appreciate the sub, sir. Appreciate it. I feel like I only have one difficult thing left to code, then it's just balancing in a bit of optimization. Yeah, well, if it it's gonna fool you. Do you have a tutorial? Do you have your menus all correct? Are players gonna be like lost with the menu systems? Can they go back? Can they go forward? What if they crash in the middle of something? Will it know how to pick itself back up? Are there redundancy codes so that you know how to, like, you know, backward your code if something breaks, or if they do something weird, or if something doesn't work? For example, when casts fail, you know, just start thinking about those things. Yeah, so just make sure that you have all those kind of like things dotted and ready, because you'll think that everything's good to go, and then, you know, you have some friends play it and they'll be like, this is broken, this is broken, this is wrong. It's like, oh my god. So you might be close, though. You might be close. You might truly be ready to rock and roll. And if that's the case, then you're doing something right. So I wouldn't get too discouraged. Get mastery. Okay, so we gotta figure out what our mastery type is now. I think that's a BPL mastery. Nope. Fuck. Really wish that was in there already, but it's not. Oh, wow, 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 wow. All right, so we got Ghost in the house. What's up, man? What's going on? Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Update category button styles. No, we don't want to do that. We want to do... Where is my math for figuring out which mastery I have? Damn. Update master pages. Update category button styles. Set up bonus skills. Update commander level. Here we go. What's this? Aha. What the hell is this? Oh, that's right. I use this for two different things. That's right. Okay, so this is my level. All right. All right. Okie dokie. All right, so this is my level. See, I got to start doing notes here because I don't even know what the hell I'm doing. That's my level. UI could do with some cleaning, especially in the main menu. Yeah, it's never ending, man. It's always something. The most important thing is make sure that you're functionally sound. You know, so like players don't get stuck, they don't get trapped. There's an escape button. You know, there's ways to get out of stuff. And then, secondly, then you can start making things look pretty. Sweating the lobby stuff for ages. Oh yeah. I mean, really, all it is it's just a holder. It's just a map where you invite people in, and then you carry them to the next phase. So. But yeah, it can be tricky. I'm actually cheating. So like my lobby is really the home world, which is where people all visit and go to like their own personal house. So I decided, why make it a lobby when I can make it a world? So that's all it is. Fixing build on a tutorial map. Ugh, I'm dreading doing my tutorial stuff. I'm dreading it. Ugh. It's such a pain in the ass. What I'm working on today is we were building the functionality to switch your character. So like, let's say I made character A, they're level 15, they're good, but I want to make someone different. You can go back into the main menu, make another character, whatever. Or you can, if you already have one, you can just swap. And just swap to your other character. So that way, if you're playing with me and I'm like, oh, let me get on my gunner, they're better for damage, I can switch real quick. Or, oh, let me get on my healer so I can heal you. That's what it's for. So yeah. Advanced Sessions had to tweak some stuff, at least 5.0. Yeah, Advanced Sessions is a little feisty. I'm still having issues with Advanced Sessions. It works fine on Steam, but it is terrible to do tests with. You basically have to be in LAN mode to like test almost anything, and it's slowing me down because it's like I can't get proper tests in half the time. You know, because like it thinks you're on Steam, but you're also the same account, so it's hard to like do changes and like tests. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I have the exact same problem. Yeah, you're not alone there. Yeah, because like if I try to do this right now, like if I did, you know, I don't even know if I'm set up to do it, so I'm not even gonna bother. But yeah, it's the same thing. You do like, you can do standalone, or you can do, you know, in the PIE, or you can do standalone games, number of players, whatever. But yeah, long story short, it's like random. So I actually have a setting that I can change to make it LAN or not LAN. But yeah, the Steam Core stuff. Is Steam Core, that's not a free plugin though, right? Is that the one you have to pay for? It's like $80 or something, or am I thinking of a different one? This actually comes from here. That's our level. This is our mastery type. Mastery name. BPC name, that just means blueprint character or like blueprint commander. And this is gonna be our icon. Oh, it's like 100, yeah. All Steam functionality set up. Yeah, what do you do though if they don't update it? You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm worried about, is if it's not updated on time. I mean, I guess they probably do a good job updating it. I did see that one, it looked really good. But I don't have $150 to just throw on that. I was like, eh. I mean, to be fair, you can make your own too. You can make your own plugin. They update often, that's good. I would hope so for that kind of money. Yeah, I know, because I'm like really sick of the advanced sessions, but it gets the job done. So also make sure that your game is packaging advanced sessions into the folder when it sends it onto Steam. If you don't, it will not be on Steam. And that's something you won't know until you actually test it. And be like, oh, sweet, it doesn't work. So, like the new version of Unreal Engine will have this new auto compiler thing where it just basically ignores certain plugins. So you might have to turn that off. If you ever get an issue where you're like, why isn't advanced session showing up in my folder? That's why, because it's got the auto thing turned on. Okay, so in order to get the level, this should work now. We should get an icon. Let's just make sure we get our profile icon. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so there's our icon, and that means that we're plugged in. We're gonna start getting the right data now. I haven't set up the other ones yet. But we're close. So I would say phase 1 of this whole system is pretty close to getting started. This is going to populate all the characters you have. If I really wanted to, I could like show a 3D room where it would like create the character, and then we'd have like a ray trace camera kind of like hit it, so we could actually get like an image of the character in like a room. But I would consider that to be polish. So for now, we're just going to use the icon. So this will say like the name of your commander. It'll say, this will be the symbol of what kind of commander you are. This will say the name of what kind you are. So like gunner, medic, engineer, whatever. And then it will say what kind of level you are. I can actually clean that up so it doesn't say this. That's not correct. And that's pretty much it. And then when I click on this, it'll populate this and tell me all the details. And then I can just select that and it will swap out. And then I'll switch to my new character. So yeah, we're getting there. That's going to take a while. The other thing that I'm going to have to start doing pretty soon is we're going to have to actually start doing multiplayer tests. It's going to get really ugly, to say the least. It's going to get ugly, boys. It's going to get ugly. Yeah. Multiplayer sucks. Let me see if I can find my one setting here real quick. So it's under my main game instance. You know, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Like, if this game flops and I get zero traction from it, I'm gonna be super depressed. But besides that, if I ever go back and try to do another game, it's just gonna be a bullshit single player. Like, after all this work, if you still get no love, it's just like, all right, fuck this. You know what I mean? So I really hope it does well, but it's so much work, man. For free. Where the hell is my player instance? There it is. Yeah, they helped you with the test. Yep, they tested out on Steam. That's good, that's good. Too long solo dev? Yeah. Collaborations can be even worse, though. You know, because sometimes people will just like blow you off and then you have to pick up all that other work they don't want to do. So I don't know, man. It's kind of a catch-22. All right, so all I gotta do is turn this on, and now the entire game will try to run in LAN mode. I gotta remember to shut that shit off because I've tried to like push it through a patch and it's like, oh, now it's a LAN game on Steam. So see, now it says using LAN. I had to put like big words there to remind me, like, hey man, you're using LAN now. Okay, so we got 2. We're in standalone. Yeah, this should work. This should work. It's just gonna take a minute to boot up the second window. Wasn't good. I used template. Yeah, UI learned. Launched anyways. It was a good learning experience. Yeah, it's always a good learning experience. If you got thick enough skin where you're like, you can take the hits from people that are going to be assholes and you don't really care, it's really good for learning, because you should at least try something on Steam just to kind of like get a vibe for it. You know what I mean? Be like, okay, you know, this is what I have to do. This is what's expected. So let's see what happens here. Is it even gonna like boot up here, or like what's the deal? It's taking its sweet ass time. See, I think another thing I've noticed is I have to like boot from the main menu, otherwise it gets like really annoyed because it doesn't know what it's supposed to do. You know what I mean? Like, it's bringing in data from nowhere. So let me launch from the main map here. There it goes. Seamless travel, where it literally fails 50% of the time unless you modify your player controller class. Ugh. Yeah, because of a typo. Yeah, they broke a lot of stuff with that. Yeah. You didn't even get more than 2 reviews? Tell me about it. I mean, my game is on Steam, and I've sold maybe like 7 copies. And that's about it. So, yeah. I mean, granted, that's the RTS kind of version, but yeah. I haven't done any advertising at all, though, so I'm trying to tell myself not to worry. You made 200, but no one said anything about it? Yeah, that's about like what I made, yeah. It's pretty much the same thing. It's really odd. I don't know. No one would talk to you, yeah. Well, maybe they just don't give a shit, you know? I mean, look at it from your point, from like, it roles reversed, right? So how many games have you played that you actually leave reviews or try to talk to the devs? How many? Like, be honest with yourself. If I was honest with myself, I'd probably review maybe at most 10% of the games that I play, you know? And they're usually games that I'm like playing. Like, not like just a little bit, but like I mean like playing hardcore. So, because I've played some games that are like super early access and they suck, and I'm just kind of like whatever. I don't, you know, you don't like expect that. You've done 2 reviews in your life, and it's to express how shit the games were. I love it. I'm the same way. I usually only leave bad reviews. What's up, Agent? So I guess no reviews is better than nothing, right? What's shaking? Okay, I don't know what's going on here, but I can't even like play multiplayer. So that's not good. Might have to look into that. Who knows? You know, it's actually quite easy to use the Epic Games version of multiplayer too, though, right? Like, I don't go out of my way, but if you ask, you know, but hell, yeah. Yeah, it's a good way to learn. Yeah. Wasn't even. It was like freaking car mechanic. It's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, if shit goes tits up, I'm probably gonna be like, ugh. To be honest with you, I think I'm just gonna like go more into like academic kind of like tutorial stuff and like small stuff. Maybe make some plugins for games and shit. Because like, all right, this is fucking nuts, right? So I was talking with a friend of mine, and he said that he had an in-law that told him that he made games for Roblox, and he was making like $40,000 a week. And like when I heard that, I was like, well, if it's true, then fuck this, right? Like, if that's true, then what the fuck am I doing? Now granted, it's fucking Roblox, right? But I don't know, man. And then another friend of mine, you've seen him on here, Cat Food. He has a friend that he knows, and he said that he made about $10,000 or so a week, I think is what he said, from Ark mods for the game Ark. And I'm like, bro. And that's with a 75% loss, because 75% of the profits goes towards the studio. So that thing was selling like hotcakes, and I'm thinking to myself, the shit that I know? Oh my god. I could add like major new mechanics to the fucking game. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of like, shit, what am I doing? Oh, I hear you, Smurf. Yeah. Well, single player is easy though. So as long as you got it, yeah. You've been thinking of making stuff for other devs? Yeah. Yeah, things that pay better. I know, like hire out stuff. That's kind of, yeah. Well, you need money to survive, man. That's the problem. You hear a lot of stories from Roblox. Yeah. Well, it comes from mommy's credit card is where it comes from. 20K on Fortnite last year? Really? Yeah. Well, that's the thing. You can still do Unreal Engine game development, but you can do it inside their stuff. You know what I mean? Like, if I started doing, like, Ark mods, for example, I mean, the problem, though, is, like, the way they have it set up. It's so bad. And, like, it's so slow. Like, everything's so laggy and terrible. And, God, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's... Oh, damn, Ace. You're killing me. Yeah. Right, I hear you, Smurf. Yeah. Right, you don't make money from doing your own project. Yeah, not always, but sometimes, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gotta make cash somehow. Yeah. Yeah, I know, that's the thing. Yeah, and then you're not only that, but you're dealing with an engine that's old, right? So like you do like Ark, you're forever stuck on whatever they were on, like 5.2 or something. Which doesn't sound too bad right now, but they're not going to have all the new optimizations yet, and you're, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I would rather probably just maybe work for a studio and just mail it in. If I'm being honest. Just be like, fuck it. Just give me like a good paycheck. I'll do whatever you want. I don't fucking care. Like, it gets to that point, you know, where you're just kind of like, whatever. Just gets annoying. What's going on, Terror? What you doing? Yeah, it just gets crazy. It gets crazy to think about, but there's always those options. I mean, shit. $40,000 a week making crap for Roblox? Like, are you kidding me? That's insanity. It's freaking insanity, man. And I don't know why my multiplayer isn't working, by the way. So this one's got me all bunched up. No clue. I'll try a standalone, and we'll see if I can get it to fire off this way. Oh my god. Oh no, 14,000 lines of Go code? Jesus. Yeah, this is not good at all, by the way. This is definitely not good at all. This is terrible for many different reasons. That's same here. Same here, Xeon. Same here. Yep. Yep. Then host join lobbies. Yeah, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, so like the system that I did is which I can't show you because everything's all fucking broken apparently. But the system that I did was you start in the main menu and then you obviously join your home world, which would be like joining a local lobby by yourself, and then you decide whether or not to let people into your lobby, and you decide whether or not people can see you as a listed optional place to visit. So kind of similar, a little different. All right, so everything's fucked. I don't know what's going on with my engine. I don't know why it can't play the game in multiplayer mode right now, but it's acting really weird. So I think my engine's got to get like a reboot here. It's acting really, really sus. Bitcraft Online. Do we want to try Bitcraft? What are we thinking? You guys want to see it? Do we actually want to like chill out and play some games for a bit? My mind has kind of become mush. I've been working on this thing for 3 hours and I'm just like, ugh. I'm 50-50. Do you guys see the hacking that's going on in Dune? You guys always talk about like, this is actually an interesting topic. Hacking is such a hard thing to fucking fight when you're dealing with
trouble. And in order to understand the dilemma that faces all games, it's all centered around cheaters. And the first instance we have is about 7 days
So this is not fast motion. That guy's actually moving that fast.
ago, where if we check on Reddit, we have a clip here with the source in the description, and this guy is just flying around. If we skip a little bit further ahead, he's found this ornithopter, right? The guy jumps in the ornithopter and watch him take off. He actually goes vertical and continues to keep climbing regardless without even using his ornithopter's engine. So he is using the vulture mode while ice field, also carrying a harvester. It is incredible how quick it
This ship down here, you can barely see it, but this ship moves like a snail.
is. So this is another speed hack, but it's on the carrier as well as the harvester. Can you imagine how fast you could harvest if you could put speed hacks? And just think of the implications that would have on the marketplace.
He's like going like warp 5. So hacking is a tough problem, man. Oh man, it's a tough situation. I think what they did in that game, what I'm noticing is they just didn't put a lot of checks through the server. And without a check through the server, it is what it is. Oh, did you? Okay, so you were playing a little bit of Bitcraft, but you said it dropped off because you were busy. Well, I'm thinking we could do like a Twitch army. We might be able to get like a whole bunch of people together and make like our own little nation, right? merge everyone together and just do like a really kick-ass place or something. I didn't really like play it too much in beta because I didn't want to like ruin it for myself. But what'd you think? What's your general, feelings? What's your general vibes for it? Because we could jump over to that. I could take a break real quick. Is it Bitcraft or is it Bitcraft Online? Why are there two of these? Okay, it must be Bitcraft. Yeah, a lot of time. Yeah. You need a decent chunk of always on players to survive as an empire. Bitcraft Online. Yeah. I was just looking at the streaming titles and I see there's Bitcraft and there's Bitcraft Online, but like what? Like why? I don't know. I mean, it looks like it's supposed to be Bitcraft Online, but there's no like icon for it. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I'm just gonna go with Bitcraft for now. Fuck it. All right, we're gonna switch over to game mode now, because why the fuck not, right? I mean, I've played games like crazy on stream before I even did game development. Oh, I was gonna tell you guys something else that I found. If you're hard up for money, like pretty much everyone else on the planet, you see this money up here in my wallet? You want to know where that comes from? That's free money, and I can get more if I want to. If you guys haven't done this yet, you should probably look into doing this. So you can actually convert things. I gotta remember how to do it. On the market, I think it is. Yeah, right here. So you can like sell stuff on the market, okay? And you can sell items that you have. So when you play games, you get these cards all the time. And some of you may know about this, some of you may not, but I thought it was really cool because you can take this stuff and you can just sell it. So like this one says 10 cents. All right, so I can like click on sell if it actually wants to work. There it goes. And I'll say like, let's see, it's gone up to, yeah, I think we can do like probably like 8 cents. Or we'll do 0.8 for the player. There you go. Agree. Set up. Boom. There you go. Done. And you just basically go down the line. And you just keep like selling each one, like boom, 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 boom. And it doesn't seem like much. Like it might take you an hour to like sell almost everything you have. But I mean, you can get enough to like literally buy a game. Now it goes into your Steam wallet, so it's not like you can just like cash out and like go to the casino. But you can actually get extra money in your Steam wallet just by doing that. So again, that's under community, and you just go to the market. And you probably have like boatloads of these cards. Like I don't even remember how I got half of these things, but sometimes you'll bump into them and you're like, oh, it's actually worth 50 cents, or it's actually worth 25 cents, or it's worth $1. And you just keep selling everything. Just sell everything, even if it's a penny, even if it's 2 pennies, who cares? And I've done that, and I got up to like $10. So, and I was just goofing around. So, I mean, you're not probably going to use those cards anyway, so you might as well sell them. But there is a market for that stuff. Just want to kind of show people that real quick. Thought it was kind of cool. All right. Exactly. Life hacks. Okay. So I need to log in and do all this bullshit as per usual. So let me do that. BRB. All right, we should be good now. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what people are gonna be missing. I mean, I think this would be fun. I don't know. I want something that's like semi-casual, but if you're saying that I gotta sink a shit ton of time into it, I don't know. You got me nervous. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so we start fresh, right? This is just like the tutorial. Have fun. Okay, so controls. I can move my camera around. Zoom. Z. Reset my camera position. Yep. Click the move. Okay, cool, awesome. You can just like hold it down and like move wherever you want. Spacebar to sprint mode. Okay. I don't know what kind of character I'm supposed to make, so boom. Why, hello there. Now what do I do? Yeah, I played the demo of this game, and it was like insanely popular. Like tons of players. I'm talking thousands of players, like thousands. Okay, so this is where I get to like make my own character, I guess. Not too many options right now. I know you have to like unlock a lot of stuff too, right? Purchase shards. Pay to win. Pay to fucking win. I have no idea what I'm doing, so we're just gonna kind of go like this and call it a day. Can we can change this later too, I think, right? Yeah, I don't have any like clothing options or anything. Pets, okay. All right, let's get out of here. Opening inventory, eat. There we go. So this is the starter tutorial section, I guess. So this game is insane. We're gonna get into it in just a second once I get through this bullshit tutorial stuff here. All right, so we can finally start gathering stuff now. Okay, so if you like gathering games where like you can like literally gather whatever you want and explore anywhere in the entire world, then you're probably gonna want to play this game. That's all I can say about that. Shift right click, choose interaction. Oh, okay, cool. Is it FTP? I don't know what you mean by FTP. Oh, what's this? Oh, free to play. Sorry, I wasn't thinking straight. No, it's $35, I think, to buy, and then you have it forever. My bad. My brain is like trying to read what these things are saying, and I'm kind of like, huh? Requires a machete to dig up. Okay, so we gotta do M to open up my map. All right, so check this out. So this is the map. Okay, so everything you just saw me doing in that forest, I'm right here. It wants me to go to the nearby village. All right. But these are other player villages and stuff. Yeah, well, I'm checking it out. Yep. So there's these other nearby villages, and like these are like territories and stuff. But and I can just like click where I want to go, and I think I'll start heading there. But it gets crazier, guys. So yeah, it was kind of fun. I played a demo too. I liked it. So these are other player like communities, I think. Some of them. I'm not really sure if all of them are, but most of them, now they're starting empires. They're having conflicting territory. Okay, there's different islands. You can go as far as you want. It gets crazier, man. Like, it goes on and on and on and on and on and on. I mean, it's like freaking huge, bro. It's freaking huge, bro. Like, the world is freaking massive. So, yeah, like, you can build, like, a whole empire with your friends and, like, do whatever the hell you want. How do I find my player again? But what's it called? Not like Starbase. What the fuck's it called? I forget what it's called, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. the SB thing or whatever. All right, so what do I need to do? I gotta find a home. All right, let's go to this home. Probably gotta do like 4 hours of tutorial nonsense. Wait, don't I start with like free tools? Can I make something? Traveler tasks, vault, inventory, character. That's what I have equipped. Quick crap, huh? How long have you been playing it, and what are your thoughts on it? I just started the game just now. What's up, by the way, Vash? I just started playing it just now. I played the demo. I don't mind it. I think it's pretty casual. I like the concept, and I like where they're going with it. So it's kind of like in the back of my mind, you know? Just kind of like, all right, let's see where it goes. Currently, I've been playing Dune off stream usually. But I figured today we would just kind of screw around and see what's going on. So, yeah. yeah. Oh, you maxed everything out in early game? Yeah, exactly. I know. That's why I was like, this will be interesting. This will be interesting. I don't know. I like the concept of like community building and like community, you know, massive cities and massive empires all forged by players, and it sounds cool, but I don't know what the maintenance is going to be like. So if it's a lot, like if it's a lot of tax or a lot of maintenance, I might be a little turned off by that. But if it's like chill enough where I can still get my work done and like go mining or do something or like do a construction project, then I'll probably be pretty into it. So yeah, they're open sourcing it. Yeah, which is crazy. It's crazy. I don't know what that means though. Like I don't really know what that's gonna mean. You know what I mean? Like is that like for content then? So like we can just like make content for them, but then like we don't get paid, so what's the point kind of deal? If I'm being honest. So yeah, so these are all real players, by the way. Real player. Like it's hopping. Like there's just people everywhere. It's like an actual MMO. Like how many games have we played where it's like you can't find players anywhere? So they claim that you can have thousands and thousands of players in like one actual location in this game. So. Oh yeah. That's right. Okay, the engine. Got it. So they're gonna hold on to the IP and all the content. Got it. Okay. Cool. Oh, Don't Starve Together? Yeah, I've played that game. Yeah, it is a little similar. Yeah, I have no idea what the hell I'm doing, by the way. And I'm not a Quest fan, so I'm just kind of roaming around right now. Find a home. Okay, so I guess I gotta go to this big blinking thing on my screen. Let's see if we can like speed it up here. All right, we made it. Yep, awesome. Cool. And then we have like 4,000 things we have to craft. See, I feel like sometimes crafting quests and stuff get a little like daunting. I think I can change my camera, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay, what do we do here? Change home? Sure. Awesome. Don't really have a choice. They're pressuring me. Okay, craft a flint tool bundle. Press I. At the workbench. Okay, so I gotta go to the workbench and get a tool system. All right, we'll see how this goes. So have you played it as well, Vash, or what are your thoughts on it? 50-50? I'm interested to see how it goes, to say the least. Yeah, exactly. Right. Okay, let's see. So I got that. Whoops. Claim. Okay, so these are all my tools in one little go. That's pretty sweet. So let's open that up. Confirm. Merry Christmas. Got a bunch of tools. Okay, equip. Yes, please. Awesome. All right, flint axe, blah. Now what do we do? Ready to start a project. Ancient fruit table. Yeah, so like they kind of hit you hard with a bunch of quests, which to me personally, I come from like the more like hardcore survival kind of games. So when I play a game like this, I'm kind of like, yeah. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather just get dropped into the world and just let me go. But I get it. Is what it is, right? Yeah, I think I gotta go to those stars. Oop, major lag. Okay. Looks super interesting socially, but mechanically, I think it's probably way dull for me to play. Even every stream I've logged into, there's basically nothing happening visually. Yeah. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I think it's one of those things you kind of chill out and play with your friends, and it is what it is. But we're gonna try it, so fuck it. A friend of mine got it for me today, and we're like, yeah, let's try this tonight and see what's going on. Because the problem we're having in Dune right now is there's like a lot of cheaters and a lot of hackers and stuff. So we're kind of like, okay. Like, I don't want to waste my time playing a game when people are like hacking the market and like, you know, just destroying the game left and right. Server, yeah. Yeah, okay, a lot of skips. Yeah, I'm really interested in the server architecture because, like, they've been like, I mean, being able to change things in real time, man, instead of like having to do like a total teardown and rebuild, like that's crazy, dude. So I was really curious about that server architecture. For sure, for sure. Basically, yeah, Conan Exiles reskin. Yep. Yeah. I played the shit out of Conan, and then I got banned for no reason. I was like, all right, well, I'm done playing that. I got into like an argument with some goofballs in my server that barely played, and then my guild in Conan that played for like literally 2 years on the same server. Just randomly, they like reported me, I guess, for blocking resources, which I would never do because I'm using resources. Like, why would I block resources? So some random dev just like blanket banned me. I was like, all right, I'm done with Conan. So that's Funcom for you. Yeah. I know that there's like dungeons in this game, or like little ruins that you can explore and stuff. I remember hitting those. I don't even know where the hell I'm supposed to go, man. Right here? A lucky guess. I heard that they're thinking of adding combat in this game. I don't know if that's going to happen, but we'll see. I'm just shocked how many freaking people are playing it. Like, there are a lot of people playing. They're probably all bots. Let's be honest. They're probably all bots. Alright, now I gotta go here. At least they're telling me where to go, unlike Dune, where you can barely see where you're supposed to go half the time. Okay, now we gotta step up this thread. That's the big issue I have with playing server-run MMOs instead of global MMOs. There's always seems to be a mod corruption. Yeah, almost every damn time. You know, like, Dune was just freaking nuts, man. I mean, there was like, I don't know. I won't get into it because it gets frustrating, but let's just say there's a lot of hackers in that game right now. And so it got to the point where I was like, okay. And the second thing that pissed me off about Dune is the devs promised the people, they promised us, they're like, we promise you that PvP is going to be optional. I'm okay with PvP. I've had my share of PvP. 250 biddies getting thrown down the drain. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Much obliged. But yeah, I did, I busted my ass for that game, and I was like, you know what? Let's start getting into it. They promised that we wouldn't have to go to PvP to finish the game, and guess what you had to do? You had to go to a PvP zone with a bunch of hackers and try to steal resources in this big pile of shit. And yeah, it was nuts. It was crazy. So, yeah. Dune is like total carnage. It's not too bad. Like, I don't want to bash it too hard. I was having some fun. And I'm still playing it, by the way, but, you know, I don't want to keep running into a PvP zone with a bunch of hackers trying to get resources, and then get ganked and lose all my stuff because they're going like 400 miles an hour. You know, it's just kind of like one of those deals where it just kind of gets boring. So, but I was having a lot of fun playing it, so we'll see. We'll see if they shake out those hackers and stuff. I'm not even paying attention right now. I'm just literally running from star to star. So who the hell knows what I'm doing? Recovery station. Okay, awesome. Good to hear. Is Dune as fun as Conan Exiles? I think it's better. Well, that's a tough call. They were both different. So Conan, I think, was better in terms of like classic survival. Dune is easy. Like, Dune is not hard. Like, Ark is way harder than Dune. Are you kidding me? Like when I play Ark, or even like Conan the original Exiles, there, like you get jacked instantly, man. But playing Dune, I feel like they're like, oh, it's gonna be so hard to survive in the desert. It's gonna be so hard. I was like, whatever. Like, you steal some blood from someone and you're good to go for like the next 10 minutes. So I don't know. It seemed pretty boring and easy, in my opinion. So difficulty was not there. In terms of like overall like premises, like just like the way that things move, their questing system's pure dog shit. I hate their questing system. Again, we're talking about Dune. But, you know, it is what it is. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be very successful if they don't fix a lot of the hacking first because of the marketing problems. Like, everyone's, like, basically just destroying the markets. That's, like, a major problem. I'm shocked and kind of disturbed by the fact that people are so easy to hack in that game. So, but I don't know. I think Conan was probably more fun. I feel like Conan was more fleshed out. Conan was a little bit more fleshed out. That's how I think. So therefore, Conan probably was a little bit better. I know some people hated Conan. I don't know. I mean, I've played everything. You know, Ark, Atlas, every MMO out there from BDO to Warcraft, PvP, PvE, doesn't matter. And you kind of get to a point where you're like, yep, been there, done that. So, it is what it is. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's good with like small people. Yeah, like Conan, it was pretty good with like a small crew, you know, like 3-5 people or so. But then they added the battle pass, and then they added all the other crap, you know what I mean? And it was just like, what are you doing? Like, they're just like ruining the game, and it just got like really weird. I don't know. I liked their dungeons. Their dungeons were actually pretty fun. They were hard too. Where am I supposed to go with this? So basically, this is like Work Simulator so far. I feel like we're playing Work Simulator. Okay, so I gotta make what now? One of these? Okay. There we go. I'll claim that. I guess I gotta make this. No, can't do it. Gotta go get more materials. Okay. Go get more wood, I guess. What is this? Oh, it's just saying I have to go back there. Okay. Swing first, ask later. Okay, so these are like different quests. Find out what someone's grumbling about. Cooking, making rounds, the cart, rough logs. 6x wooden logs. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I remember that. Yep. You're talking about the thralls or whatever? Yeah. Yep, that was a major problem. That reminds me of like Conan, or not Conan. My brain's all fried tonight. Soul Mask. If you ever played any Soul Mask, I played the shit out of that game, and that had a major problem with AI, like terrible. So like they even admitted it. They're like, yeah, it's fucked. So AI is tough though, man. AI is tough. I'm really hoping that you know, we start getting into like this new era where AI is just like freaking amazing, you know? Because right now it's so hard to code all that crap. Like even in my game that I'm working on, it's just like, it's such a headache, dude. And then of course, like you bust your ass on making a really good AI and it's never going to be what people want. They always want everything to be amazing. So it's tricky. Yeah, permadeath, yep. Mm-hmm. Right. Exactly. Yeah, it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. Yeah, I remember that too. We used to, what we did is in Conan, we used to purposefully cause the invasions, and we had it on a system where we could just like spawn them over and over. And people are like, why? These guys are crazy. Like, why are you guys getting these huge invasions in your base all the time?